God, stupid radio, man. When is radio going to wake up? You're letting these dumb, tiny little groups all over the place ruin this fine business that I grew up loving. Loving radio.
Just doesn't fail.
Don't love it as much because they're not doing the right thing, these radio stations. I don't know this show. I know the radio station from my time on Long Island, working at BAB. They suspended a guy that works for the morning show, I guess, at WBLI. Now you're thinking, as soon as you hear another DJ got suspended, okay, what? Another, like, you're thinking Imus. You're thinking some outrageous, even though we didn't think it was outrageous, some comment like Imus made, right?
Yep.
This is how crazy it's getting. A radio DJ for a top-rated local morning show was suspended yesterday after refusing to apologize for making nasty comments about anyone?
What did this guy say?
Asians.
Yeah, there you go. You would go with the group, right? No, he made
Asian, black, gay.
He made nasty comments about Mastic residents on the air, the program's host said.
Out in Mistake Beach?
Mastic.
Oh, I thought you said Mistake Beach.
Did I say that?
No, I did.
Okay.
That's what people call Mastic.
They call it Mistake?
Mistake.
Mastic is a hellhole. Everyone knows it's a hellhole on Long Island.
Oh, Mastic is like a bad part of Long Island.
It's white trashy. It's not the greatest
everything.
homes. It's not the greatest homes. There's probably some nice homes in the area.
Really?
But for the most part, it's not a place you would be proud to live.
I just like to call it Long Island.
Yeah, it's just all the same. Long Island.
I just call it Long Island.
How bad is Mastic?
It's a dump.
All right, it's a dump.
I used to let me tell you a little something. Back when I was a little tater tot, could barely walk at that age, my parents used to take me and Joe and Dawn out to Mastic, to Mastic to the bungalow. This was a little house with a pool in the back. And I got films of this stuff from my father used to take film everywhere, 8mm film. So I got that on video now. And it's all these adults, or, they were in their 20s, I guess, at the time, but just getting hammered and partying in Mastic. A bunch of, white Italian families.
Okay, good.
And then years later, I guess I decided, I wonder where that bungalow is. Let me check that out and see what the hell that's all about. So I drove there and I'm like, whoa, this neighborhood changed. And went to the place and it was all boarded up and the pool was ripped apart and full of garbage and lumber. It was awful.
That's very sad.
But that is kind of what happened.
White people did this to the place. This is all white people's doing?
Yeah, I think... I'm not sure of the demographic of Mastic.
Fantastic.
Perhaps we could pull up a census sheet.
I think
it's
more white trash than anything, Anthony.
Is it?
That area, right? White trash more than anything.
I can stand back from this conversation.
Iraq, what do you got?
Hold on. What do you got? Go ahead, E.
People who live in the woods that you never see except at night. They just come out of the woods.
How do you know this?
I've been there.
Zombies?
You're trying to say there's
zombies living
woods?
They
in Mastic?
hide in the woods, and when they come out of the woods,
It's outrageous. You're suspended. You can't say there's zombies living in Mastic.
Well,
the Federation of Zombie Americans are going to fire off a letter to our boss.
They're all tweakers.
Yeah, really? Crystal meth.
And stuff.
They love their crystal meth.
Well, here's the deal. We don't really like radio guys, but we like radio, so we defend pretty much everyone that's getting in trouble at this point.
Yeah.
Someone has to stand up and yell and scream for this crap.
Of course.
So on Wednesday, Randy, a co-host on the BLI in the morning on WBLI, asked a caller from Mastic. Ready for this? So there's your setup about this fine town.
And let me just give this stat really quickly. 77.7% white in Mastic. So you are talking, I gather, what is known as white trash.
And then you got some...
probably, I would say Indian. Probably the Long Island Indian is 2%.
You got 264 American Indians. You got 183 Asians. You got 0 Native Hawaiians.
12% Hispanic and 77% white. So it's pretty much Hispanic. 3/4 white, 1/4 Hispanic.
Oh, my God.
Scummy part of Long Island. bunch of scruffy scuzzbags in Long Island.
It's a supermodel hotbed, though. They're recruiting as we speak.
Oh, if they breed.
Future models.
It always looks good.
Now, this guy, Randy, on this morning show, a caller from Mastic calls in, and this is all Randy said, and he gets suspended for it. Did your pipes freeze under the trailer? Or do you have that stuff down there to keep them warm? The caller who was entering a contest said she lived in a house and was very angry with him, in which Randy replied, just think, if you win this game, the whole trailer park will be excited. That's a guy trying to entertain his audience, making a joke.
Mastic is kind of known.
And the PD,
What's that?
this lame PD that has no balls,
Spineless.
should have said exactly that this guy's just trying to entertain his audience and he's trying to make people laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Station managers asked Randy to apologize on yesterday's show, but he never did, which I applaud. I applaud Randy for not apologizing.
Who was that?
Huh?
Oh, Jesus.
Genuinely, in his mind, he doesn't believe he did anything wrong. Randy did not return an email message yesterday. Station manager John Shea, did not return calls for comments last night. BLI is owned by blah, blah, blah. A message left at their office, blah, blah, blah. At this point, a hollow apology and a mere suspension will not be appropriate, said William Floyd School District Board President Bob Vecchio, who called for Randy to be fired.
Fired for that comment?
For that comment.
What's wrong with that?
Go away, Bob.
What did he say?
And for area residents to boycott the station and its advertisers. Well, we agree with that. You should be listening to the Opie and Anthony show.
Of course.
You can't get a free pass when you attack an entire community. You can't get a free pass when you attack an entire community?
Yes, you can.
Shut up, Bob Vecchio.
An entire community. Drive through there. Take a look. See if he was accurate.
Well, the station... The radio station, you got to stick up for your guys, man. Simple as that. You're allowing these dumb little pockets of special interest groups to completely ruin
your station.
What used to be a great business. A great business.
They're running your station.
Can you believe that? Suspend them over
an entire
that?
Community.
A lousy trailer park joke?
You're allowed to.
Ugh.
You can't offend an entire community. Yes, you can.
Where can you go to offend people now?
Yeah, where's their place?
I want to go.
I want to go to the offend place.
Internet? They can't control that yet.
No.
Yes.
I see 25 years before they can actually get a hold
Figure
of it.
that out where they can say, nope, you're not allowed to say that. You get in trouble.
Well,
As long as there's
you got to
porn.
get the whole world to agree, so I think the internet is safe for a very long time.
Because they have to stop porn first before they can stop, just do.
So that-
What's the mean income of Mastic?
$14 a week.
$14 a week?
I don't know.
How much do wheels for the trailer?
Yeah, what are the wheels for? They pull them off so people can just drive away with their house. They always pull the wheels off of those things.
Some horrid part of Long Island. $100.
Look, I'm from that place. I'm
What
from
needs
Long
fixing in
Island.
Long Island? What's the thing that breaks down the most? That's who makes the most money. Cars.
Yeah, auto repair
parts,
places.
Yeah. So
Like
garage,
a Joey Buttafuoco guy, kind of guy.
Mechanics. He's the big boss on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Mechanics.
Because a lot of older
Hey,
cars.
Joey, can you fix this?
Yeah. Let's go to Ray and Mastic.
Yeah.
Ray, what's up?
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Mastic Beach is the biggest dump ever. 2 years ago, I was looking to buy a house. I had nowhere else to buy a house. I only afford Mastic Beach, and now I want to sell. So if anybody wants to buy my house, red11313 at msn.com.
There you go. He ain't kidding, man. He
I'll
wants
give
out.
you $1,500 for your house.
You can't. The kids can't even walk past the school without some jack
What?
dragging them into the woods. There's a camper right across the street from my high school that just got ripped down.
So
The news was there. The kid was dragged into the camper.
So how about Bob Vecchio stop going after dumb DJs and make your community better? How about you spend your time on making your community better instead of going after radio DJs that are just trying to entertain people?
Yeah.
listen,
Fix.
how much money for this house that I'm gonna make into a slum lord? I'm gonna be a slumlord in Mastic. How much you want for the house, man?
Whatever. Just buy it.
Just buy it. Get him out of there. All right, thank you, sir. Let's go to Mark.
Low four figures.
He's entertaining all offers.
Let's go to Mark. What's up, Mark?
Hey, guys. I called you after the Imus thing about WRCN when they made fun of Mastic.
Yeah.
They all got an uproar about it. Just like the other caller said, 3 girls were assaulted within like 6 blocks of the school.
Yeah.
My wife was, not assaulted, but she was approached by guys on her way home from work one night. What do you want? What do you need? What do you want? Weed? These homeowners,
Wow.
it's the Mastic Beach property owners that are trying to we're going to revitalize the neighborhood. Get rid of the crack houses. Get rid of the crack heads.
Yeah, and leave the DJs alone.
Wow.
You don't see DJs. Oh yeah.
I'm going. I want to see this.
I want to go to
These
Mastic.
white crackheads we don't know about in the news.
E-Rock's told you don't go near the woods. People get abducted.
Yeah, dude, it's where I live on a nice block. I'm on a dead end. I got 10 houses on my block. It's a really nice, road.
Fortification.
Sure you do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my oldest brother gave me a 12-gauge shotgun as a housewarming gift. When he turned around, my mother said, "Oh, Mark bought a house."
All I've heard over the years is that Mastic is a dangerous place, and this station manager didn't stick up for his guy. What a wimp!
You're offending an entire community, Opie.
Who gives a crap?
But I do understand.
You know what? DJs are making fun of Mutton Town, Anthony. There might be some truth to this if they're making white trash jokes.
Mutton Town.
But you know what, sir? I would say that I think white people are diligent in making sure that they're not seen to be problems, like the problems that usually they equate to blacks or
the black community,
Puerto Ricans or whoever. I'm very happy to hear there's a scummy town full of white people. Can't stop abducting each other. Can't stop smoking crack. I enjoy this. I'm gonna take a visit.
I'd be there with a news camera every night.
I do have something to plug. Patrice O'Neal will be going to Mastic after the show and just visiting.
Just checking it out.
Visiting all your bulletproof Chinese restaurants.
Yeah. Let's go to Anthony. Anthony in Mastic. What's up, Anthony?
How's it going, guys?
Hey, man.
Mastic is full of a bunch of white people that want to be gangsters. They think they're gangsters. They're just full of themselves. And Mastic is just a rotting cesspool.
Yeah. I don't know anything about this show, but I would strongly suggest our listeners call up WBLI on Long Island and say you're from Mastic and that you could take a joke. And you really should stick up for your guys.
And it's not a joke. It was the truth.
Right. You really should stick up for your guys and protect your guys because all they're trying to do is entertain and make people laugh on the way to work. Simple as that. Enough is enough. Don't let these dumb little special interest groups ruin radio. God, enough.
Why does anybody want to listen to that crap?
Well, I don't know. Whatever. If it's a bad station, it's a bad station. That's not the point I'm trying to make here.
Yeah.
You gotta stick up for these DJs that are getting in trouble because they're ruining it for everybody. These wimpy station managers that can't, stick up for their boys.
Yeah, I bet
people that just cry over everything, and they, hear some stupid little crap, and oh my God, that's offensive. Let's go complain about it. Like,
right.
Break it. Get over life and just.
I mean, the phone calls that are coming in, the phone's lit. Mastic is where all the sex predators are. Can we
really punch up that website that has that little
Can we get
red pins in the map?
Yeah, get that red pin map thing. I want to see.
Love that.
I want to see what a map of Mastic looks like.
Sex predators, huh?
Let's say hi to Dave in Jersey. Dave, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
How you doing?
All right, man.
Hey, I just want to say the only place you can make fun of a specific group or person right now is you got to be a cartoon or like a movie or something.
Yeah, we've talked about that over the years. You're 100% right. If you're a cartoon, you could get away with murder. But real people just trying to entertain, you can't. Because we're supposed to take this radio thing seriously for some reason.
Yeah, no joke.
Did you hear what Opie and Anthony said today? Yeah, we said it because we were just trying to entertain and get a laugh out there.
No jokes.
Unbelievable.
It's too serious nowadays, man. I mean, Chinese are going to come over and they're going to invade this country and they're not even going to use any weapons. They're going to walk down the street, go, you're fat, you're ugly, you're black, you're white, and everybody's just going to fall down and start crying. Be like, you make fun of me, you make fun of me. And they're going to walk all over us as a country.
Yeah, we're raising a generation of wimps. Everyone offended by everything. There's another story in the paper we're going to get to today. People are offended by a dumb billboard that says crispy freaking chicken.
Frickin'.
Yeah, frickin'.
Frickin', because frickin' it would be cheekin'. Freakin' cheekin'. This is frickin' chicken. It's first of all, it's just a dumb ad.
Yeah.
But people are actually offended by it and want the sign taken down.
All right. And in Pennsylvania, a billboard advertisement is causing a bit of an uproar. The fast food joint Sheetz unveiled its crispy frickin' chicken billboards at the beginning of the month. But some people say the chicken restaurant ads contain foul language that offends them. Hopefully, I didn't just offend you. The company says the ad campaign targets young people and was not meant to offend anyone.
Young people don't get offended.
You know what?
By that.
Where was the offense
You know what?
of it, though?
Yeah, I guess frickin', because it's like the innocent version of the F word 20 billion times removed. Like, what is that?
I wouldn't be a spokesperson for this company. I would go, none of you.
They should have rhymed it with chuckin', is what I think would have been. That might have offended some people.
Unbelievable.
Crispy.
Who's offended by that? And why are we giving them power? Shouldn't we just slap people like that and go, shut up?
Shut up. How are you offended by that?
Shut up.
Some people are offended by anything. Any word will offend somebody. You put it up on a billboard. Frickin'? That was a word you could get away with as a kid saying in your house and not get smacked by your father.
But what is it where no one who's in charge of anything is funny? And what is it where the lack of, like, trying to actually be a boss and funny people don't go together? Like, I'm not trying to run a company. I just like to be funny. Most people you just want to do your radio show and be funny and entertaining. But there's somebody who's your boss who's not funny.
Not funny.
Kidding.
Never
not
knew how
funny.
to be funny. Never.
Yeah.
Like, funny's not. And funny, not meaning, oh, you make me laugh. But some people aren't funny who love funniness, though. But they just never was blessed with being able to have timing or anything.
Right. Yeah, but they're. Let's go to Steve. Go ahead, Steve. Steve.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
Sorry. Hey. Listen, I live there. You know what? He's absolutely right. I've lived there my whole life. I had a white trash house next to me that I successfully had closed down by the town. Not all of us are white trash. Majority are. The problem is that they dump welfare and dump everybody in there because the house.
It's a bunch of Section 8 housing.
Bob Vecchio?
Of white people?
I know Bob Vecchio.
Yeah, and?
I know Bob Vecchio. And I'm going to make him eat shit over this.
Oh.
I'm sorry, guys. Not meaning to curse. Sorry.
Yeah, this guy's a little.
I'm going to make him eat
pissed off.
booty. All right?
Yeah.
Over this. Because he
offended at
shouldn't be
duty.
fired over this.
Well,
It's a joke.
he should mind his own
Only a
business.
joke.
And I'll tell you another thing. The station manager at WBLI should be fired. This John Shea should be fired for actually suspending one of his guys over something that is so damn tame.
Opie, this is the same. They own BAB also.
Whatever.
They suspended that hack on BAB for saying something about Hispanics.
Right.
Too. They have no testicles, no balls. You know, it's a wimpy station for fat housewives that think they're into modern music.
Right.
You know, and it's horrible.
I
And
call
you know
for the
what? All
firing
these
of
people
John
call for
Shea, the
firing.
station manager of WBLI.
Yes.
It's time that these station managers, program directors, corporate, they all stick up for their shows that they supposedly believe in because they put them on their air. We're just trying to entertain and make people laugh. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate it. Hold on a second. Let's say hi to Anthony on Long Island. Anthony.
Hey.
We were only going to do like 5 minutes on this, but
Is
look
this
at the phones.
seventh Anthony that called?
I know. There's a lot of them out there.
Anthony's the most popular name that listens to the Opie and Anthony
on
show.
Long Island.
Yeah. What's up, Anthony?
White trash legal.
Hold on. I had a buddy who lived out there, and when we would go out there to pick him up, he'd be like,
Really, a
"So
buddy?
wait, today, like we're heading to the zoo, the Mastic Zoo." That's what we referred to it as.
You call it the Mastic Zoo. There you go.
Yeah, the Mastic Zoo, just because it's a conglomerate of just messed up people and drug dealers and whatnot.
Well, I'm looking at the sexual predator map. Wow.
Oh,
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
All right, that is impressive, Mastic.
You got a lot of greens. You got a lot of reds.
There is quite a few pins in the map.
You got some nice red in there, which is offense against children.
Nice. There you go.
You got some. You got a lot of green on this map, which is other offense. All sexual predator offenses.
Yeah, they're sexual predators. Good job, Mastic. Wow.
Oh, you got a few yellow dots that represent rape.
Hey, there you go.
Child rape, right? Because this is sex offenders in general. Okay, so
Predators.
oh, look at a couple blues. That means sexual battery.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Doing very well over there. Let's say hi to Lara on Long Island. Lara. What's up?
Are you making fun of my name?
No, it's Lara.
Lara Croft.
What?
Was Laura Croft?
Yeah, that's me.
I had a late laugh at
What?
at just the color. The colors thing. He's like, oh, yellow's.
Oh,
Yellow's
yellows.
battery.
That's rape.
You got the rape. You got the offense against children is on the map. You got the sexual
Mastic.
battery. You got some nice colors there.
Mastic stinks.
And other offenses, which is green. I don't even want to know what green means because there's a lot of those.
A suspension is like a favor.
Yeah, no kidding.
Suspend me right out of that town.
Lara, what's up?
I just wanted to say I was with a guy for 5.5 years that lived in Mastic Beach,
Yeah.
and I had to stay over at night because I tried to drive home one night from his house, and somebody got shot in front of the handy pantry.
The handy pantry, huh?
It's like children of men.
Even drive home.
These are all real calls there, John Shea. Way to stick up for your guy as the station manager. You should be ashamed of yourself. Just another failed DJ that's going to tell other DJs what they should do on their radio show. Loser. God, I hate these guys. Yeah, so you couldn't drive home because someone was shot at the handy pantry?
Oh yeah, I gotta tell you, you can't drive around it. Look around because people hang like sheets in their windows and not curtains.
Yeah, wonderful.
What's that say about you, though, loser?
I know. Why? Yeah,
I'm sorry, you.
all the guys you can pick. Why you?
With him, I broke up
After
with him.
5.5 years, just scumbag. What happened?
She was willing to risk her safety for the big.
Oh, he was giving you that poor white thrashing, wasn't he?
The sex was that good,
It
huh?
was for you to risk your life in old yellow and
I'm
green
gonna go
and
through
red
a
mastic.
I'm gonna drive through an obstacle course of crime just to get to that sex because it's that good.
He was smashing it.
Got to like zig and zag around dead bodies.
Oh, your
and
navigation system
crackheads.
has the pins in it for the sexual predator thing.
Right.
Please move left.
Oh, he was mashing you, wasn't he?
Oh, man.
You little nobody.
Oh, he did you good that you went through Mastic.
For 5 years.
A child rapist is ahead on the right. Please turn left. There's a sexual battery convict on the right. Your destination is ahead on the left, next to the child rapist.
Hey,
With my navigation system.
BLI's office line is 631-669-9254 if anybody wants to just, tell them that they should fire John Shea, the station manager, for not sticking up for their guy. I don't even know the show, but I just feel like...
Clean up Mastic and maybe people won't make fun of it.
Why am I just now hearing about this town?
Oh,
this has opened something up for me. I'm going to Google and find out where the rest of these towns are.
It's a well-kept secret in the white community.
White trash. No, they're not even white trash. This is slums.
Yeah.
This is not white trash. White trash is like down south.
Yeah.
You can be rich and be white trash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But this is just poor. This is poor trash.
Yeah.
All right.
Mastic.
Dumb Mastic.
Mastic.
Stupid Mastic.
Oof.
So, yeah, give them a call. 631-669-9254. Go, way to stick up for your guy. Suspending him over a white trash joke. You got to be kidding
Is
me.
anybody gonna call and defend Mastic? Like anybody out there that's
Hasn't
calling
been
in,
one call.
Not one.
Like that's on the side of who's got this guy suspended.
Yeah.
Anybody?
And this is
Like,
what...
well, let me tell you, Mastic has many great things going on.
And this is what should happen. This Bob Vecchio from the William Floyd School District Board, president, he started this by getting this guy suspended, right? Over a tame little one-liner, a throwaway line.
Yeah.
Now look what happens. Your town gets beat up for an hour on a much bigger radio show.
Good job.
That's what should happen every single time.
And you
F you to
just
Bob
try.
Vecchio.
You just try coming after us like that.
And hopefully John Shea will go the way of Dave Dickless, another program director that doesn't have a you-know-what.
Doesn't get it.
To protect his guys.
What a day! What a time we live in where like white people can actually complain. It makes me sick. Poor white people have a voice.
Someone stole my car tire in Mastic. Should we go on? I have a summer house in Mastic for some reason. Why would you summer in Mastic?
Yeah, I like the
Nick,
summer
what's
in
wrong with you?
Mastic.
Nick.
Yeah, I had my grandparents had a summer house there.
Yeah.
And they robbed it once.
Yeah.
They took the liquor and just the ice trays out of the freezer. That's how trailer park it is.
There you go. What, you inherit some money from a great aunt? Just Your share of your great aunt's fortune.
We're summering in Mastic.
Wow.
Mastic is the embarrassment of Long Island.
I used to summer in Wading River, which is...
Now, is that the worst part? Is Mastic the worst part of Long Island?
Wine dance is a lot of fun. Wine dance...
Parts of Hempstead are no treat.
Yeah.
Brentwood.
Mastic is not even the worst part of Long Island.
Well, that's the worst white person part. Wine dance is probably the worst black person part.
Yeah.
There's a black part of Long Island?
Oh, yeah.
Roosevelt. Oof.
Roosevelt, yeah.
Yeah. It's in the top 10.
Yeah.
When I used to drive to BAB, I would take the back roads through Wyandanch, and one day I had a 20-minute delay on just a regular road because there was a huge gang shooting happening. The two gangs were just going at it. I don't know, 100, 200 yards ahead of my car. I'm watching gunfire and all sorts of crap go down.
A lot of people think Long Island is just Long Island. It's broken up into a lot of little places that have their very own unique personalities, that's for sure.
This is interesting. I'm going to do some studying about Long Island.
People think Long Island is, a lighthouse.
And it's not even a borough, right? Long Island's not a borough.
No.
2 counties.
Yeah, Nassau and Suffolk.
All right, we're late for a break, but there you go. So, we stick up for this guy, Randy, whoever he is, from this morning show out there on Long Island. John Shea, you're a douche. You should be fired. You have no business being a station manager. And Bob Vecchio, you should spend your time maybe cleaning up your community and not worried about dumb DJs.
Don't worry about DJs.
That's what Randy looks like, and we just defended him?
All right, look. We don't care if he gets fired now.
Wow.
Okay, I'm calling for his firing.
Is he in a kiddie pool of oatmeal? Maybe we shouldn't be defending this guy. He's wacky.
Ew.
This has nothing to do with the fact that he's
looks like porno.
He looks like he's a flamer, and he does very hacky bits. But you know what? But I still defend him. You gotta.
You should fire him in general, but not for.
Yeah.
Not
You
for what
should
he
just
did this
fire
time.
him for
being
who
a
he
hack.
is.
For being a hack. There's a picture on the website where he's in a pink outfit.
Fire him for looking
we just defended a guy that's in a pink outfit on their website.
That looks like Bizarro Anthony.
Yeah. The phones are lit. All they want to do is talk about how bad this place is. And this guy, Bob Vecchio, is trying to get a DJ fired. Oh, I am fired up, man. Fired up. We got Patrice O'Neill in studio. We got an angry goose on the loose. We're talking about what happened to this radio guy out there on Long Island. And we thought we were going to have an interview here, but now I'm not really sure. What's going on? Do we know? Thumbs up 1 minute? Okay. We're going to be talking to Bob Vecchio.
Ooh.
If you haven't heard yet, there's this DJ, some guy, I don't know. What's his name? Randy, who got in trouble out there on Long Island.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about this, Anthony?
Yeah, I think I did.
And he got suspended because he asked a caller from Mastic, which is a lovely neighborhood out there on Long Island. He asked a caller from Mastic, did your pipes freeze under the trailer, or do you have that stuff down there to keep them warm?
Implying that everybody is in a trailer.
Yes. The caller who was entering a contest said she lived in a house and was very angry with him, to which Randy replied, I can't believe that someone would actually say this. This is insane.
Yeah.
He says, just think if you win this game, the whole trailer park will be excited. That's going a little too far in my book, I'm thinking.
Well, it is. It's just implying that everybody lives in a trailer there and conjures up an image of an impoverished neighborhood.
Yeah, station managers asked Randy to apologize yesterday on his show. He never did. Like, what's wrong with this guy? Just apologize.
Yeah.
Genuinely, in his mind, he doesn't believe he did anything wrong. Oh, really? You didn't do anything wrong? Just attacking a whole community like that.
Yeah.
A hard-working community at that. Randy did not return an email message yesterday. He's hiding out. That's brave.
Yeah.
Station manager John Shea did not return calls for comment last night. I guess he's the guy that was behind the suspension of this Randy guy.
He should be commended because there's no reason an entire community should be lumped in with a few bad apples, perhaps.
Right.
I'm not too familiar with Mastic.
Right.
But I'm sure there are hardworking people out there, as there are in any community.
Sure. And the article goes on to say, at this point, a hollow apology and a mere suspension will not be appropriate, said William Floyd School District Board President Bob Vecchio, who called for Randy to be fired and for area residents to boycott the station and its advertisers.
Yeah.
You can't get a free pass when you attack an entire community.
Yeah.
With that, we welcome Bob Vecchio to the Greg and Tony Show. Mr. Vecchio.
Hello, Greg and Tony. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
We're doing fine this morning.
Yeah, I guess your phone is ringing off the hook today, huh, sir?
I tell you, as a school board president, I get a lot of phone calls about a lot of different issues, but this one has ranked among the top.
Yeah, I bet. Now, this DJ went on the air, and what kind of reaction did you get from his comments that led you to contact the station and call for his firing?
Well, the comments were mean-spirited and tried to disparage an entire community in one broad stroke. And what was most troubling to me as a school board president is this radio station's target audience is a younger crowd, mainly high school students, and in lumping our community in saying, we're all trailer park trash.
Right.
Our community took it that not only was he attacking our community, he was attacking our youth as well.
Well, you're not all trailer park trash. What percentage would you say is trailer park trash?
Well, we have no trailer parks whatsoever, number one.
Uh-huh.
We do have issues of poverty in our community, like so many communities across this country, but it is a hard-working community. We have a great school district. It's a beautiful waterfront community. We border, we have houses on the water. We have beaches.
Did you say on or in or under?
It is a waterfront community, Smith Point Community Beach. Some of the best beach around.
Oh, I love Smith Point when I'm out there on Long Island. Sure.
Yeah.
And, that's our community, and we have pockets of diversity within our community.
So what's the problem with this radio show? I mean, Mastic can't take a joke, I guess? Is that the message here?
No, believe me, Mastic could take a joke, but when you cross a line at your sophomoric attempt at humor,
right,
it becomes mean-spirited.
But don't you think people take it as sophomoric humor? And they shouldn't be offended, and they shouldn't take it seriously, and don't they should realize that it's just a radio show trying to entertain people?
Well, if you're going to try to entertain people, you should try to be an entertainer and not try to be mean-spirited and Jerry Springer-like. So,
what's wrong with Jerry Springer? We're all about pop junk culture these days.
Well, I think that's a lot of the problems with the culture, too. Everybody loves a train wreck and move on to the next train wreck, and they don't think about the unintended consequences. And I think if you're going to try to discourage our youth in that manner, we're not going to sit by and let you get a free pass.
How is he? I'm just curious. How is the youth being disparaged by this remark, sir?
Well, if you're going to call an entire community trailer park trash, you're calling our kids trailer park trash, and that's not true. And we're going to stick up and we're going to defend for what's right. And we could take a joke just as good as anybody else, but
it doesn't really sound like you guys could take a joke because I don't think this guy was being mean spirited. He was just trying to get a laugh out there.
Obviously he didn't get it.
So, sir, let me ask you a quick question.
Yeah, sure.
What is the can you please give an example? I know it's on the spot, but can you please give an example of an acceptable Mastic joke that I could make about Mastic and not get in trouble? Just so I know, so I wouldn't get in trouble.
Well, I don't think today there would be an acceptable Mastic joke.
No.
I mean, given the circumstances of what had happened in our community, we had 3 kids that were attempted to be abducted and sexually assaulted. And this only goes back a couple of weeks ago. So
yes, in Mastic, right?
In Mastic.
So it's not. So you're basically saying yourself, it's really not a safe place.
So you're just saying, don't joke about the fact that your town stinks.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No.
And obviously, you guys are following along the same lines, and that's fine. Our community.
Well, I was brought up on Long Island, and I think everyone knows that Mastic is not the safest place on Long Island. It's right up there as one of the worst towns on Long Island. I'm from Huntington.
Okay, so
and the North Fort area, and what?
Yeah, you come from a safe community as well, and again,
right. So I don't think this guy was far-fetched by making a little joke. Everyone knows that Mastic has its problems.
Sure. Well,
and you guys got a long way to go before people feel safe in that community.
Well, listen, if he didn't cross the line, why would his management suspend him?
Because his manager is a wimp.
I think there's
to be completely honest with you, he's a wimp.
There's this whole atmosphere of fear that's going on with the media these days that if anybody complains about something that somebody's doing, especially in humor, that they have to instantly suspend the personality or else there's going to be these huge repercussions, which I don't understand.
Well, you know what? You guys might not understand it, and we just reacted to a comment that we felt crossed the line.
And you still think
takes their own decision.
You still think this gentleman should be fired?
Absolutely, because if you listen to his program,
You're insane, Bob.
Well, let me hear why. Let me hear why. Why should he be fired?
Program content on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
Have you?
No, actually, I haven't.
Okay. Well, you know what? This is what we're going to do. We're going to contact.
But shouldn't you be controlling the school? But like your expertise is school. But when did your expertise become funny? Like, why are you in funny business?
No, what I am, I'm an advocate for our community. Okay.
But what if I start saying that the way you teach kids at the school is not appropriate? Like, you're getting into something that's not even up your alley. Just teach math.
Well, listen, number one, as a school board president, I'm not a teacher, so if you knew anything about
But see, you're not even, you're one of these guys.
See,
you argue, this called context.
You just made our point. We don't know about what you do, but you certainly don't know what funny is. So Patrice made a perfect point there. Bob, your community needs a lot of help. The last thing you need to do is go after dopey DJs.
Well, no, we're taking one issue at a time, and you know what? We're not going to let the media take a free pass at our community.
Mastic stinks.
I think
you can certainly say that, sir, but
I don't say it. 47,000 other people say it.
I don't know if we're allowed to say Mastic stinks because Bob Vecchio is, is making sure that Mastic is protected as all hell's breaking
I've heard
loose
of
around.
Mastic in the last hour since I've been sitting here, and all I know is that it stinks. There's not one thing that anyone said that, boy, Mastic is great. A guy's selling his house for $50.
Bob, we read the story on our show, and then the phone's lit up. Not one guy defending Mastic. We had phone call after phone call after phone call about how horrific this place still is.
Well, then I'm not one guy that's advocating and telling.
Well, there you go. Bravo. So you'll shut down a radio show. One guy.
I'm not shutting down the radio show. That's what BLI is doing.
No, see, because they're wimps, because they take what you guys have to say seriously.
Well, it's about time somebody says.
No, I don't think so, Bob. I don't think it's about time. Take a joke and take care of your community.
It's about time. It's about time unfunny people keep getting their big noses into funniness.
Well,
Stay out of funny.
Really try to be funny.
I think there's a freedom of speech issue here. You know.
There's a freedom of speech issue, and that's why I have the right to say what I want to.
Exactly.
Well, you do, but you're trying to get a guy's livelihood taken away is not freedom of speech. That's
No, that's what they call private sector, and we have no control over it.
Yeah, it's on the same lines of mob tactics.
Hey, Bob, I'll tell you the truth. I have a bigger problem with WBLI's management for wimping out to your complaint.
Then you know what?
You have every right to complain, but what my biggest thought today is that station management should pretty much hang up on you and go, shut up. Don't tell me how to run my radio station, and I won't tell you how to run your town.
Thank you. And now they gave this guy power. You think he's done now? Oh, he has a little taste of making confusion. Now he's going to be calling everywhere trying to get the Mastic jokes taken out of. Get out of here. Well, you just stop. Stop it. Just be happy with the power you got. You're a warden.
Listen, I have no power.
You do. I can smell it on your voice.
No, you're pretty happy today. Your name's in the paper, and you got people talking about your town. You know, I looked at a map of Mastic, and it looks like a Christmas tree. There's so many different colors of sexual predators in your community.
How can you
What's
take
that
this town
about?
serious?
I'm happy when my name is in Newsday. I can tell you that right now.
No,
he's not happy.
You're not happy.
Oh, you stop it.
I've dealt with Newsday on.
I can see.
Hey, Bob, what do you find funny?
I can tell you.
What does Bob Vecchio find funny?
He put on makeup for this radio interview. You can hear him.
What do you find funny, Bob?
I find a lot of things funny. I enjoy
Name one thing specific.
But I find George Carlin very funny, but I don't find him funny on public airwaves. I will go to see a show of his. I will watch him on the HBO.
Right.
I will watch a show in front of my kids.
Well, you do realize that this morning show they followed FCC regulations, right?
Well, yeah, I'm sure they do. So
And
that's fine.
it was pretty damn tame.
Well, of course it's tame. I mean, it's tame in comparison to Howard Stern. It's tame in comparison to a lot of other shows on, Opie and Anthony. But you know what? If people react a certain way and the management takes it to a level, that's the management's problem. We are just advocating for what we felt crossed the line. And if we felt it crossed the line and the management are a bunch of whips, get them on your radio show and ask them why they're...
Oh, we're going to try it.
We would.
Bob, this is what you need to do. Say, all right, we made our point, and we don't want the guy actually fired.
That's not my decision.
Well, it says it in the paper. It says you're calling for Randy to be fired and for area residents to boycott the station and its advertisers. That's Bob Vecchio's comment.
You know how that works.
Today.
Right, and that's all right.
But doesn't he know that his under his thing is the reason why the station acted? Is the fact that you complain is why the station got the guy suspended. So you're not taking any responsibility. But like if you just mind your business, things would go on.
I'm not taking any responsibility for their actions.
No, for your actions of being a tattletale. Like you're being a tattletale.
A tattletale?
Yeah, you're not even being like a dude.
Well,
dudes don't do that.
One guy called your office and you decided to make a big stink. I bet you got one complaint about this and you decided to make a big stink. One phone call to Bob Vecchio's office.
And let me ask you a question.
I don't think that was...
Would you snitch on your best friend if he cheated on his wife?
Excuse me?
Would you snitch on your best friend if he cheated on his wife?
If he cheated on his wife,
would you snitch on
my best friend?
Yeah.
That compares to this situation.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Come on.
It's a character question.
Come on, stop trying to disco dance, Mr. No Context. Okay. Just answer the question.
If a man cheated on his wife, and
if your best friend, don't try to flip. I'm not in your school system. Don't try to word me up. If your best friend, your buddy, cheated on his wife, would you snitch on him?
Would I snitch on him?
You heard me.
I don't know. I've never been in that situation.
Oh, there you go. You're not being real. How can you take anything seriously when you're not even asking a dude question?
Bob, let's go right to the source.
You won't do it. See?
What's up with the people that live in the woods in Mastic?
What's up with the people that live in the woods?
He keeps repeating the question.
Yeah, we've had many people call in from Mastic saying that there's people that actually live in the woods.
I haven't run into them, and we have very little woods out here too.
I'd like to know where do you guys rank the school district in the United States as far as educating the students?
In the United States, we actually do pretty well. We're about average to slightly below average in New York State, but New York State ranks among the top tier.
It does.
In the United States with education. That is
okay, we'll check that out. Because...
Mastic has bizarro everybody's.
Oh, Steve.
Well, I think a lot of areas have bizarro everybody.
Yeah.
No. Did you see?
You look a lot like a guy we actually like that's in studio today.
And there should be that, like, there's.
He probably has a face for radio too.
I think. Oh, I heard that one. I think they're.
I'm funny.
I think.
No, we was laughing at the fact you tried to attempt to be funny because we didn't even think you had that in you.
Look, you know what? You just made fun of ugly people. Maybe we should start calling Newsday. Bob Vecchio makes fun of ugly people.
That's right.
He should step down from his job. See how this works, Bob? How ridiculous it is?
Yeah, that's fine. Call the school district and have them fire me. That's fine.
That's fine with Bob.
We probably would do him a favor, and then he gets to go to a real nice community.
He wants in a better school district.
Yeah,
you know it. He's just working his way up.
It's obvious. Even Bob Vecchio wants out of Mastic.
You want Smithtown, don't you?
Trying to look unassuming with his goatee.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, fine right now.
He wants out. So I guess if there's potential employers out there, they should call your office right immediately. We'll get you out of there, Bob. No problem. We'll get you out of there.
I'm very content where I am.
Okay. Let me see. I just want to see if you have a sense of humor.
Oh, I
just
always have.
Follow along. Okay. Knock, knock.
Knock, knock. What are you doing?
No, you know how knock, knock jokes go.
Who's there?
Mastic.
Great place. Good for you.
No. Now, Bob, you know how this works. Knock, knock.
Okay, I'll go along with the joke. Mastic who?
Mastic my in that unsuspecting girl walking through the woods.
Well, it's a good thing you guys are on satellite radio. I'm sure your listenership increased by 10 with that.
That was pretty sarcastic.
Yeah, that really was.
Deep down, you're not this robotic mess you're pretending to be. Why don't you just stop? Just be a dude.
I have a feeling that Bob is a raging alcoholic on the weekend.
Say that like it's a bad thing.
Chasing every skirt that doesn't live in Mastic.
He just doesn't want people to know white people actually have these crackhead kind of like traditional black and Puerto Rican what's seen to be our problem.
Yeah.
A lot of white people you're terrible.
You do understand a lot of people on Long Island do comment on Mastic a lot in a negative way, don't you, Bob?
Absolutely, I do.
Yeah, and don't you think fixing that is probably a little more important than somebody maybe being offended by a trailer park joke?
Well, I think it's all one and the same. When
I don't think so.
back, we're going to stand.
Bob,
I think going to the sex offender page and seeing pin marks on there.
It was a rainbow, Bob.
It was a rainbow of colors in Mastic.
It was a
I think that's a little more important than.
And that's why we've called for the Department of Social Services, Janet DeMarzo, to be fired as well. Because
all right, there you go. That's more important than a dumb DJ. Hey, Bob, do us all a favor. Like, build a huge fence around Mastic so none of these people are able to leave.
And no one can
affect the
inadvertently
rest
drive
of Long
in.
Island.
I'll contract with the U.S. government to get some.
All right, see.
Good luck with you in this X-Files episode called Mastic.
Bob, good news, you're being transferred out of Mastic. Bad news, you're going to Wyandanch.
See, he knows.
He laughs. I kind of like Bob now because he's laughing.
He's a sarcastic guy.
I know.
He's being just
He is.
I'm also a very shallow guy. That's why I'm still on the air with you guys, because I don't care what you think.
That is true.
He's a shallow, sarcastic
Usually
guy.
it would never last this long.
I will say this much. Most people avoid us, and you came right on the air. And I really do have more of a problem with the management of this dumb radio station for listening to your dopey...
Your drivel.
Your drivel. I really do.
They already suspended him before I put that dribble in the Newsday reporter's ear.
Yeah, it's too bad. Too bad. So I have more of a problem with them. But your comment about how he should be fired, you got to relax, Bob. You really do.
Well, again, that's not my decision. So
there's nothing worse than empowering like a not fat, not skinny guy. Like you have the worst. He's just the most annoying shape. Just a kind of just shaped like a cup of soda. Just not fat. Just a regular guy about 5'8".
Wait, Bob's fighting back. What, Bob?
I said you guys give me far too much credit for assuming I have that much power.
You do.
No, I don't. Ask anybody that knows me. I certainly.
Well, I'm gonna be in Mastic today at 3 with torches and everything, just killing all the zombies that run around your town. I'm coming up with a bunch of N-words, and we're gonna take care of this goofy town.
We got to get a plan together.
You call me where you're going to be, and we could be raging alcoholics somewhere down near the.
We got to get a plan together. We got to get rid of the zombies first that live in the woods, and then we'll.
We heard about those. I don't know what that's about. We're going to study that.
A bunch of your listeners.
Wow!
Hey. No, you didn't, Bob. No, you didn't.
We're all walking around with those XM radios.
Hey, he knows a lot about it. All right, Bob, get lost. We got a radio show.
All right, Bob. Go get someone fired.
Yeah.
All right.
Later.
All right. Jeez.
God, I hate that.
Couldn't shake the guy.
I know. I hate when that happens.
That's all right.
You wind up almost kind of liking him.
Dude, you gotta like the guy.
I know, he's a smart ass.
He's a piece of garbage in some like high level job where he has to be a jerk or he has to be some. Hey, you can't do that. Oh, in his private life, he.
End jokes. I think end jokes fly out of his mouth.
Oh, you know he's a piece of garbage. You couldn't dislike him because he's an ass. He knows it. How can you dislike that guy?
I think he was like biting his lip because he just wanted to say, "I completely agree with you guys."
Yeah, no.
Get me out of this hell.
He wasn't even that high. Like he wasn't that straight laced.
I have to live here.
You see his fat face, and he tried to dress up nice. You can just see. You can see the dysfunction in his little beady eyes. Good Lord, you know.
He's like a radio guy stuck in some horrific radio market.
Bad market.
Just hoping to be called up to the big league.
Yeah.
And you know he probably hits on like the single mothers of some of those awful school children. Because you know there's a lot of single mothers up there in Mastic.
Probably.
Oh, he takes them
There's
out to
probably
dinner.
a lot of those single mothers.
Mrs. Scotchnip. Listen, I'm going to take you over to...
Scotchnip?
I don't know what I've done. I'm going to take you to the Cheesecake Factory. And she goes, oh, my God, I've never been there. I've never been
Oh, God. We're going to get out of Mastic for a while.
All right, we got to break.
Shut up. All right. It was our exclusive with Bob Vecchio.
Let's, why don't we, enough about Mastic, but there you go.
Yeah.
Mastic stinks.
Why are we, like, defending radio guys? I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone has to.
Especially that oatmeal. Guy in the
God, I'm calling for his firing.
Yeah, he's in an oatmeal freaking
Because he
bath.
stinks.
Yeah.
I don't want him fired for the Mastic remark. I want him fired for being in that oatmeal waiting pool.
Just in general. Oh, God.
All right. Well, we start the show by talking about another DJ.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy,
We like informing everybody about radio guys, radio shows, radio station.
Especially the groveling DJ. Oh, the North American groveling DJ. Yeah, they just have to get out there and grovel for their jobs.
We once had to read a statement on the air with a gun to our head.
Yeah.
And that's that.
And then a statement was later made saying whatever statements we ever have to read in the future are lies. We want to get that out immediately.
Yeah, because we had it. We've had it. I mean, we don't want to play this game anymore.
Yeah.
This apologizing for stuff when you're just trying to entertain an audience that's going to work.
Yeah, you do a comedy show, a little comedy talk show. And like I said in the little opener there, it's put in the same category as news and all these things where people would get in trouble for saying something outrageous. But we're goofing.
Yes.
We're like a comedy show.
Well, last week, Jimmy, you weren't here because Jimmy's outraged. I'm like, weren't you here for this? I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess he wasn't. And he would have really enjoyed this. There's a dopey show out there on Long Island. It's WBLI. Being a Long Islander, I know BLI. It's a powerhouse. It does a fine job.
Yeah.
It plays pretty much, I guess, hit music. And they got a wacky morning show. And the wacky morning show, all they're trying to do is entertain people as they go to work on Long Island. Well, this guy, I forgot his name already. Randy?
Randy.
This guy, Randy, as part of...
Randy Spears.
Randy Spears. Randy, who's part of the morning show, got Mastic mad at him.
Yeah. The little town of Mastic out there on Long Island is all mad because of some of his statements. I guess he took a call.
Right, just to bring everyone on board here. Randy Spears apologized to Mastic area residents for denigrating them on the air, telling them yesterday their community is a sweet little town. Mastic is not a sweet little town.
Been there.
We took horrific phone calls about what goes on in Mastic.
Residents of Mastic were calling up and just talking about, and these are people that live there.
Yeah.
Talking about how awful it is.
We had one guy, he goes, could you please, he goes, I know you guys make a good living. Could you please just buy my house?
Yeah, he's trying to sell his house.
And just get me out of here. And then
Just awful.
And then we looked up the sexual predators in Mastic, and it lights up like a Christmas tree.
Oh, it was wonderful.
We got yellows, we got reds, we got blues, we got greens. It's like a broken traffic light.
Yeah, just
thrown around the community.
Flashing predator.
A contrite Spears appearing at a news conference. He didn't want to do this.
You have to be contrite.
He didn't want to do this, by the way.
By the way, you're exactly right. The guy hated doing this. No one changes their tune in a matter of days. You don't sit there and make a joke and then go, that was so inappropriate. I should drive around Mastic and see that it's a nice place and then apologize to everybody. You do that for self-preservation. He's trying to save his job.
Yeah.
Which, whatever, but he didn't change his mind. He still hates you.
and how it works, if you're like on Long Island, you just know the good towns and the bad towns.
Right.
Simple as that.
It's like anywhere else in the country.
And it gets ingrained in your head. How about Manhattan here? Everyone jokes about Harlem.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Harlem is coming around finally.
Yeah.
Still not a place where I'm going to go and have dinner and a movie, but
there's areas you won't go to.
But it's starting to come around. As far as this Mastic goes, I'll give it another 10 years, and then I'll have an open mind, and I'll go through there and see if things have drastically changed. But as far as I know, from my experience on Long Island, Mastic is not a place you'd want to drive through.
It's not a nice place.
No.
To go. Sorry.
And this kid, he's probably older than us. This Randy Spears, he knows that, but he had to save his job because his radio station and his management over there, put the gun to his head basically and
Didn't
said,
back him.
you either do this or we're firing you.
Yep.
Which is just such a wimp move by the radio station.
When's the last time a station backed talent?
Oh my God!
In any situation
Had to be
Tom
Chiusano and CBS Radio. When Opie and Anthony had some homeless guy on.
Nah, it wasn't even something that happened. They did stand by us there, but they had no reason not to. I mean,
because it wasn't on this station. They can only back you if it never went over their airwaves.
Good point. A contrite Spears appearing at a news conference. He had to do a whole news conference and everything. Hosted by local politicians. And I saw the picture of this guy apologizing in the paper. He's standing right next to a lady that had greasy hair, 5 chins,
this is
a horrible pantsuit on.
It's
look at
stereotypical. If you look at that picture, it's stereotypical what they call white trash.
Look at this
the
woman, Jimmy.
greasy hair, big fatty.
Oh.
That is, if he made a trailer park remark and by some miracle, I don't know how this happened, there aren't any trailer parks in Mastic?
I guess.
Because
of zoning.
Yeah. How about that?
Whatever.
Who knew? But I'm sure that's even better because I'm sure, like a lot of the houses, they should probably have trailer parks on the plots.
In its place, sure. If I was going to represent Mastic at this press conference as his dopey DJ is apologizing and groveling, I would have hired supermodels.
Supermodels to walk around with Mastic shirts on.
Yeah, Mastic, whatever, high school, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, is this the story?
Yeah, he's everywhere today.
Look at him.
He
He's
looks pathetic.
Apologizing. I'm sorry to Mastic. Look at the mess he's sitting next to.
Unbelievable.
Oh, God.
And he's reading a statement because he doesn't mean that.
He's all nervous.
So anyway,
He looks like Hitchcock with a Paul McCartney wig. What a slob.
She's slobbery. So he apologized for the remarks and noted that William Floyd, for whom the area's high school is named, was the first New York signer of the Declaration of Independence.
Wow!
Who gives a crap?
That's good. So you got to go back a couple 100 years to find anything worthwhile.
Well, if that's the best you could do, your town is in deep trouble.
Yeah.
It's like the Chris Rock joke about MLK Boulevard.
Yeah.
Hey, man, MLK did some great things, but you don't want to be hanging out on his boulevards anytime soon.
Run!
Right. And the first New York signer of the Declaration of Independence and a school was named after him?
Yeah.
You could give me somebody who lives in a horrible neighborhood, please call up and tell me about a school or a park that is named after some kind of American hero.
Yeah, what's the name of your school?
Right.
They don't pick like the John Wayne Gacy school.
Right, of course.
It's always some kind of icon or...
Like, I don't even know what that means. Who cares that the high school was named after the first New York signer of the Declaration of Independence? What does that mean?
Are they proud of that? Why put it there?
Seriously, what does that mean?
Why is it in the story? My high school was named after John Glenn,
right?
The astronaut,
right?
Thank you. What does that mean?
My high school was named after Mr. Harborfield's.
Who's Harborfields?
I don't know.
I know the town.
We just couldn't come up with anybody, so we just came up
Fields next to the harbor.
Yeah, I guess
something like that.
I guess, but they sat around and went, well, let's get some good, info about Mastic out there.
Yeah.
What do we got?
That's it?
Well, the high school's named after William Floyd.
How about economic stats?
Right.
Start quoting some of those.
Most in the audience, which included County Kate Browning, Brookhaven Town Councilman Keith Romaine, and several Mastic civic leaders, applauded the apology.
And the Cloverfield monster.
Yeah.
With greasy hair. An horrible woman.
But some said Spears needs to cover more positive news about Mastic before he earns forgiveness.
He has to cover more positive news about Mastic? They're like telling him he's got to do good Mastic stories.
And the manager of the radio station sat there and let these wannabe politicians, slap their DJ around.
Oh, man. What a collection of worms we have become.
This business blows.
Americans are eunuchs. We're a bunch of eunuchs. And our idea of getting something done is catching a guy saying something wrong and then berating him and whipping him into doing what we want.
Into saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Right.
We needed that joke.
Pathetic.
Pathetic. And then you got this guy, Mark Smother.
Karen.
You got this guy, Mark Smothergill, president of the Chamber of Commerce of the Mastics and Shirley.
Yeah.
Of the Mastics and Shirley. He goes, what happened today other than this man has a secure job? Like, he's mad. He wants
him fired.
He wants more from this. Spears, a Ronkonkoma resident, issued the apology at Mastic.
Ronkonkoma? And he's talking? Jesus.
Issued the apology at Mastic Fire Department headquarters in front of about 80 people. He sparked controversy on Wednesday. Jimmy, do you know what he said? A caller got through from Mastic.
Here's how horrible was what he said. Listen to this.
This person was trying to win a prize. So this guy, Randy, whose job is to try to come up with some edgy, funny stuff, says, oh, you're from Mastic? Are your pipes freeze under the trailer?
That's a common occurrence with trailers. The pipes freeze.
But that's all he said, basically. assuming this person lived in a trailer.
And Mark,
that's a joke.
Mark Smothergill wants him fired.
Smothergill.
Yeah, Mark Smothergill.
Oh, what an awful name.
How do you?
Of the Smothergills.
I'm from the Mastic Smothergills.
I'm Mark Smothergill, and I approve this self-inflicted gunshot wound. Mark Smothergill is a douche. That's a name just built for the White House, isn't it? President Smothergill.
And now, President Smothergill.
What a nerd.
Hello.
I'm Mark Smothergill, and I don't know how to have fun.
Mark Smothergill is a dork.
Oh, he stinks.
But that's the remark.
That's it. Your pipes freeze under the trailer. He asked a question, and they all laughed like, ha, ha, ha. And then
Hardy har.
And then she said something like, well, I don't live in a trailer. And then that was
They
pretty
called
much
it the C word.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Maybe that was it.
Beth Wall, president of William Floyd Community Summit, said many listeners in working class Mastic interpreted Spears' comments as stereotyping their community because of its economic status.
Yep.
All right, well, so be it.
Yeah, sorry.
You're broke.
You're a broke-ass town.
What? You're not allowed to make fun of a town? Why not?
A town you can't make fun of anymore.
Because we're eunuchs.
A little dotted line on a map. You can't make fun of it. Ugh.
Paul
Eunuchs.
Brushard.
You're right.
Director of the Pattersquash Creek Civic Association.
Okay, blow this whole place off the map. Could you please carpet bomb Mastic?
Paul Brushard, director of the Pattersquash Creek Civic Association, better known as PCCA. The PCCA.
What is Paul Brushard's relationship to Mark
Smothergill?
I think they're in an alternative couple.
They're in the Asinine Name Society.
Hello, Smothergill. What the hell? Well, let's see what Paul Brushard, director of the Pattersquash Creek Civic Association, had to say. Point out that trailer homes are not permitted under local zoning laws. I have nothing against trailer parks.
Too high income.
And no one can afford them. Sorry, there's a roof. You have to sleep outdoors, garbage.
Fast forward. I'm sorry for calling people
I
garbage.
apologize to garbage for associating with the Smothergills. Why don't you die?
Garbage is nothing but harmless cans and tidbits in plastic bags and should not be connected to the people of Mastic.
Oh, my God. That's right. Hook up a teepee and sleep under that, you zilch.
Exactly.
Smothergill.
Wait. Where are we? Oh, I have nothing against trailer parks. I lived in one, Spears told the crowd. Now he has to, grovel.
Oh.
I was molested in one. I have nothing against trailer parks.
Trailer parks, whiskey breath really gets me going, my emotions.
Ed from Jersey, this stuff is
Razor stubble.
I have nothing against trailer parks, whiskey breath, or a family friend who's decided to watch me.
Ed from Jersey, this stuff is like modern-day witch trials.
It absolutely is.
Just to get serious for a second, absolutely.
Yep.
A rival station, WDRE, 105.3.
Saw an opportunity here.
Is capitalizing on the controversy by making, this is just as bad as the other station.
Here it goes. Oh, no.
By making this Mastic Shirley Appreciation Month.
What hacks?
Are you guys starting to understand how much this business sucks?
Horrid.
Take me away from this crap.
Mastic Shirley.
John Caracciolo. Oh, we know this dude. He tried to hire us back in the day. John Caracciolo, president of the Syosset-based Maury organization that owns DRE. They're actually nice people over there, but still a hacky bit.
What a hacky thing to do.
Said the company made the decision to hold the Appreciation Month as soon as it heard that another station was slandering Mastic Shirley.
Whoa, I never.
Listeners were calling and wanting to express their opinions, and we wanted to give them the outlet to do so, Caracciolo said.
Did they get the same call as we got? Woof.
Spears also read his apology on BLI yesterday morning. John Shea, the station's vice president and general manager. Oh, did I give him a beating on Friday, Jimmy?
Good.
Said Spears would probably not have been allowed to return if he hadn't apologized. God, I hate this John Shea.
Yeah, you apologize or you're not welcome back here.
Way to go, John.
Good. Did you take his genitals and as they're removed, just tack them to your wall with a collection of the rest of the people you've just emasculated?
Including himself.
Yeah.
Believe me, he's got no.
Oh, his are up on the wall, too.
Let me tell you something about John Shea. He's just another failed DJ, and his whole job is to figure out what hits to play.
Mm-hmm.
And usually you find that on the internet and go, okay, here's the list of hits, guys. Just play this.
Play them.
Just play this.
Don't deviate.
I'm going to go in my office and dream about being a DJ.
I got to put a fire out now.
I failed miserably, so now I just got to sit here and make sure the hits are being played.
La-di-dee-da-doo.
Oh, phone call from Mastic. Phone call from Mastic. What am I going to do?
Yeah, he probably lost his mind.
Not Mark
Do you know what this is going to
do? Is Mark Smothergill on the phone? Oh, God.
Is that Mark Smothergill?
What am I going to do?
Oh, my God.
Okay, I'll be okay. All right, hello, Mark Smothergill?
Excuse me, Mr. Smothergill is holding.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no.
Not Mark Smothergill.
Smothergill's a tough customer.
John Shea's a douche.
He really
hate him.
Old vinegar breath. He sucks.
Oh, what a loser you are, John Shea. You weren't going to allow him to return for him. You weren't going to allow him to return unless he read the apology. Ugh.
He's saying to your pipes freeze under your trailer.
Oh, you're pathetic.
You insinuate a lot when you...
Spear said he is scheduled to return to his normal work today. He said he took 5 days to issue an apology because, you ready for this? He needed time to think and needed to say the right thing.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you don't want to say the wrong thing.
No, they took him off the air, and then they had some kind of lawyer write up a statement and then they handed it to him and said, read this.
What about the zombies in the woods?
Yeah, what about the zombies in the
pop
woods?
out and grab people, drag them back into the woods, and sexually assault them?
Yeah.
What about that? What's that music? It's scary.
What is that?
This is the
Where were you
mall
going?
music from Dawn of the Dead, right?
Oh, because they're zombies. I get it.
But they don't have a mall in Mastic.
Yes, we do. We have strip store, has a hardware store, and a delicatessen.
Boy, do I want to talk to this Mark Smothergill.
Where's Smothergill?
Get me Mark Smothergill immediately.
He's away from his desk. He's in a rest area drilling a hole in a booth. But he'll be back shortly.
Just kidding, folks.
I would like to apologize to the Smothergills.
That's what Mark Smothergill does. He goes from rest area to rest area, making sure that the holes in the booth are the proper size.
Right.
With a little ruler.
A tool.
This one's small. It could chafe.
Hey, we got Asbury Park checking in. Now, let me tell you about Asbury Park. It's a hellhole.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I haven't been there in, let's call it about 6 years, I think. It's the last time we were there. So things might have changed. But my opinion still of Asbury Park is two things.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Springsteen play there one effing time, 25 some odd.
The stone pony. How about you let us talk?
Man, you're throwing me off. Yeah, so you got Springsteen who played there 20 some odd years ago, and it's a hellhole. That's all I know about Asbury Park.
War
Malik,
zone.
Yo,
what's up?
yeah. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? You guys know what it is about Asbury Park and about any other surrounding bad area. It is what it is, man. Take it up and stop crying. Yo, damn.
I know.
People still get killed in Asbury.
There are bad areas. Sorry. Everything isn't the same. We'd love everything to be the same and everybody to have the same economic level. But some cities and towns are wealthier than others.
Exactly.
And if there's an impoverished town and you have a comedy show and you goof on the fact that probably the town's having some problems, you shouldn't have to have your job threatened.
Absolutely.
Oh, God.
Exactly. And we still got more guns than Anthony.
Well, I'm working on it, Pally.
Yeah.
Don't you worry. We could talk all peaceful now, but, you know, when it goes down, my brother.
We coming across 40 acres in the mule, and I'm coming for your land first.
You got it, bro.
All right, sir.
You come and get me.
We got to take our first break, but first...
No, it's the mule they want because you're an ass.
Yeah.
Tony,
really.
Long Island, what's up?
Hey, boys.
Hey.
Here's a linger longer. Didn't you guys talk about a guy getting a retarded kid getting anally raped at the bowling alley?
Whoa, hey, slow down a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think you could
can't
be so
describe it like that.
graphic. So graphic. There was a retarded boy who was sodomized in a bathroom of a bowling alley.
Not sure if it was Mastic.
I'm not sure if it was Mastic.
Really
We will look that up. E-Rock?
Let's see if
Not asking for anything. I'm just
maybe we could call Mark
watching
Smothergill and ask him if he knows anything about that.
don't know.
Yes.
Smothergill.
Let's go to Steve and Mastic. Steve.
Hello, is it me?
Hi, Steve. It's you.
What do you think? There's another Stephen Mastic on the phone?
There you go.
Oh, no, I live in Queens now. I moved.
All right, I'm
I
sorry.
just want to say, good thing about it was the football team is 33 undefeated, 33 games in a row.
Right.
And 2 of the William Floyd cheerleaders went on to become Playboy Playmates.
Hey.
Oh, the team is undefeated because you got 25-year-old, seniors.
Oh, now you're going to have to apologize to the school.
No, I'm sorry.
The students, the football
Gill.
team. You're implying perhaps that they got left back?
A few times.
A few times?
Sure.
My God, you're evil.
All right, thank you, Steve. Let's say hi to Ray and Shirley, which is very close to Mastic. What's
Hello,
up,
Ray.
Hey, what's up, boys? Is
Hey.
that me?
Hi.
I live out there in Shirley. I live in the northern part, up by Long Island Expressway. We don't even consider ourselves Shirley. We call ourselves East Yaphank.
Yeah.
Disassociated from that whole area because when you hit Montauk Highway and you go south, it is basically a trailer park, but they don't call them trailers because they're modulars. They're homes that came in on trailers from out of state. They lift them up and they put them on a foundation.
Prefabs.
So
yep.
are you trying to say that they actually look like trailers, but they're just not called trailers?
Modulars?
That's right. If you built a concrete wall around the wheels, there you go. It's a house on a foundation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Listen to this. Tommy in Kings Park. This is too good. We're late for a break, but screw it. What's up, Tommy?
Hey, how you doing? It's Dominic. I was just saying they made him actually research and write a report like a 6th grade kid for information on Mastic for the press conference he did.
He had to write a report. Are you kidding me?
I was listening to the radio station yesterday, and they were saying that he was writing a report as if he was a 6th grade kid.
My summer vacation in Mastic.
Oh, my
First,
God.
I was dragged into the woods and sexually assaulted by the multitude of predators in the area.
By the woods people.
The wood zombies that I've read about.
The wood zombies. All right, thank you, sir. Let's go to Ryan in Boston. Let's
Mastic's GDP is $20.
Ryan, what's up?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey.
Just wanted to point out, is it just me or is Smothergill? Wasn't he in an episode of Scooby-Doo or something?
I think it's Mr. Smothergill.
Oh, they ripped the mask off him and he's the villain?
Smothergill?
It was you the whole time.
Let's know, fellas.
Smothergill.
Let's go to Let's go to
It
Shaw.
can't be fun if that's your name.
No.
Let's go to Shaw in North Carolina.
Yeah, the last caller was wrong. Smothergill teaches wizardry at Hogwarts.
You think he's a professor at Hogwarts?
At Hogwarts. Professor Smothergill.
I want that Potter in my class. That kid's got nice legs. I want Harry Potter in a pair of shorts in my office in 3 minutes.
Yes, Professor Smothergill.
Bring me the Potter boy and tell him to wear a tank top that reveals his belly button.
Professor Smothergill. Got to put a spell on Randy Spears.
Professor Smothergill's face is on that website again. Megan something or other.
Could you get Smothergill on the phone?
Where's Smothergill?
Steve is trying.
I'm trying to get Smothergill.
Here's the news story, by the way. We should have played this about 25 minutes ago.
Randy Spears, co-host of Long Island's WBLI morning show, came under fire last week after making trailer park jokes about people living in Mastic. He was pulled off the air last Thursday. At first, Spears refused to apologize, but yesterday met with residents face-to-face.
And when I made those statements, I was just trying to have fun with the listeners like I usually do. It was not my intention to hurt an entire community.
Randy Spears says he spent the weekend driving around and found out that there are no trailer parks in Mastic.
He spent the weekend
Wow.
driving around Mastic.
Can I explain
It takes
something?
10 minutes.
Yes.
So you see the hillbillies that get upset about this.
Yeah.
Part of comedy is exaggeration. So, and we have to be literal in our language, I guess. And I hate to say that the Yankees played the Tampa Bay Devil Rays and they didn't really kill them. Like
Right,
in the
right.
paper it says that they killed them, but they didn't actually murder them.
Yeah.
And I think we should be very literal in our speech. If that
No worry there.
Yeah.
I'm more pissed at John Shea, the station manager of the station, the station manager of BLI,
Oh, my God.
and the radio station itself.
Dude, let me clear this up.
What?
The post, just to clear up any misconception.
Oh, yeah.
It has a picture of Barack and Hillary on the front, and it says High Noon, and it's got them in their cowboy hats.
Right.
And it says Hill and Obama in shootout. But I think we should make it perfectly clear that there's not really going to be gunplay.
I thought they had a shootout.
No.
And one of them might have been injured.
No. Let's make it
okay,
perfectly
good.
That's what comedy is. It's
Yeah.
completely literal.
Dummies.
John Shea in the station doesn't understand that. I'm more pissed at those guys for, folding to these dopes out there in Mastic.
Yeah.
Go,
Just fold.
hey, take a joke.
John Shea should tuck it back and start singing, I'm crying over you.
Would you in Mastic?
Oh, boy, we got Detroit calling,
Detroit.
Oh, wow. They're voted worst city every single year, and they don't even give a crap.
They love it.
Yeah, they celebrate by having a car bonfire.
Rolling over police cars.
Right. That's how they celebrate. We're number one again. Yeah. Let's roll a few cop cars and get some 40.
That's where Winnie Mandela goes to learn how to properly execute political dissidents.
With gasoline attire around their neck.
Right.
And a match.
It's humor. Lighten up, Smother Gill. It's Opie and Anthony. That's how we start today. Chop, chop. Stephen S. from Bayshore getting back to the Mastic thing. He writes, Smother Gill is what all the fish die of in the polluted waters of Mastic.
They got the Smother Gill.
And let's say hi to Billy on Long Island. Billy, what's up? Billy, I can't hear you. Go. Start over.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make a comment. I'm not originally from Long Island, but there's a show on News 12, the 12 channel on Long Island. It's called Long Island's Most Wanted.
Nice.
And they profile criminals, Nassau and Suffolk County. I just wanted to make a comment that most of the people that they profile from Suffolk are from Mastic.
Really?
So they're the most wanted capital of Long Island?
I would say that's a pretty good criteria.
We'll have to check those facts, sir.
Yeah,
we'll have to check those facts.
We'll check for ourselves. But you know what we have decided to do for Mastic?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're broadcasting pretty much all over the world at this point, and we're going to focus on Mastic for the rest of the week.
Yep.
It's going to be Get to Know Mastic on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Why not? We'll get to know Mastic with little fun facts.
Fun facts about Mastic?
About Mastic.
So you don't have to be from Long Island to help this bit. If you could do a little Googling and searching on the Internet. I don't care if you're from Columbus, Ohio.
No, why should we?
Send in your Mastic Long Island facts, and we'll read them on the air.
Yeah.
We're looking for the good stuff, if you know what I mean.
And we're looking for real facts.
Right.
You know, things that may have happened in Mastic that kind of made the news.
Correct. Amundo.
Things like that.
Let's go to Chris in North Carolina. Chris,
Wonderful.
what's up?
This poor dumb
Hey,
DJ.
what's up, guys?
Hold on, but he looks like Sinbad, just next to this whale of a greasy-haired woman.
Oh, that woman. Ugh.
After he was on the fat smash diet or something. It's a little thinner than Sinbad.
Yeah, but he's in, looks like a bit of an older gentleman. He's weathered.
Yeah. He didn't need that. He probably the safest show on radio.
Right.
And he just blurts something like that out, and he's there apologizing. I saved my job. He's probably got like bills and stuff that he's barely able to pay.
And John Shea, you're going to apologize.
If he got fired up, he'd have taken his own life.
I like this Randy, man. This guy was forced to do it. He held out a few days. He's probably like, F you, die, and then like, you're not coming back.
I held out a while so I could do some research on Mastic.
He looked around and realized no one had a job opening.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. I got to stay here with this John Shea that doesn't stick up for his guys.
That's not too uncomfortable in the hallway.
Yeah, no kidding.
When they pass each other.
I pictured John
Shea.
Shea.
Doesn't support me.
I pictured John Shea as a fat guy. E-Rock, maybe you could help me out on that.
I picture him as a wormy, skinny guy, like a
little
wormy,
worm with a height problem.
A wormy. Yes. I couldn't make it as a DJ, so now I'm going to tell other people what to do on the radio. Wonderful. Chris, North Carolina, what's up?
Hey, guys, love the show. Listen every day.
Thank you.
Hey, just wanted to say that you guys have said worse in the last 45 minutes about this town.
Get the point.
That's the beauty of us. We don't hold back. I mean, someone has to fight these battles and show people how ridiculous it is. Jimmy was making a good point just before he came back from break. about how we go into attack mode.
It's kind of what I was saying. I just kind of took it a step further. It's what we are is because, like, when I said Americans are really eunuchs, it's because we don't feel like we're in control of anything.
Yeah.
And it's like we have become this nation of we like to just wait till somebody has a verbal flub. And then we pile on, and we look what he said. Look what he said.
Yep.
It's like we're like a bunch of hall monitor sissies. Like, what happened to us?
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
Hall monitors.
How much we love to jump on Michael Richards, and he said something ridiculously stupid, but it's just how we feel better about ourselves, and we can get something done when somebody says something stupid. It's just so silly. It's that we can't accomplish anything real.
And it's that's it too. Says something silly.
Yeah.
Like it used to be, you had to do something.
Yes.
Physically do something to get in the type of trouble that you get into now for just talking, for voicing a joke, parody, humor, whatever. There's supposed to be this freedom of speech we have in this country where you can do things like that. Yeah, exactly. They just don't get it anymore where you're able to do this. And it's not the policy, because it used to also be, well, it's the policy of the radio station, and the FCC regulations say that you can't say blah, blah, blah. This stuff is completely protected. You can make fun of things. You shouldn't have your job threatened.
One thing about being a comic, it's like I've never been more grateful to be a stand-up than now, because it's like the things you can't say. Hey, you just go on stage and you vomit on people, and they get upset too. But too bad.
They get up and leave.
Yeah.
D.L. Hughley, how great was it when they tried to protest him in Dallas because he repeated Imus's remark?
Yeah.
And or whatever he said about whatever, and he just refused to apologize. And you know what he's doing now? He's hosting the NAACP Awards. It didn't hurt DL.
No.
Just got to hang in there.
Of course.
You just got to hang
in. People move on to the next thing they think is a catastrophe.
Let's go to Tom and Shirley. Tom, what's up?
Oh, and hey, yeah, remember about 15 years ago, Katie Beers? She was locked in that guy's basement.
Yeah.
That was Mastic?
She was from Mastic.
She was from Mastic.
Can't blame
she
her.
was.
Little Katie Beers.
Well, they were pointing out in the press conference that the first New York signee of the Declaration of Independence was William Floyd, and they have a high school named after this fine gentleman. I just know that there's a high school named William Floyd, by the way.
Yeah.
That's how much I know about New York history.
So
we have decided to do Get to Know Mastic for the rest of the week on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's the first one from Tom. That was that's a wonderful story that happened back in the day.
Oh, was that fun? She went to some little amusement center out on Long Island, kind of out around the Mastic area, and she was abducted by a neighbor, somebody that was infatuated with her. He put her in some kind of underground dungeon, locked her in there. They had a camera. There was a TV that she would watch in this dungeon that was hooked up to cameras upstairs. So she saw the police come in and question this guy, and she had to sit there and watch the TV, and the cops just leave.
John Esposito, I believe.
Was that his name?
Yeah, it was under the garage. Yep.
Yeah, he had this thing put away where you couldn't even tell it was a dungeon.
Yeah.
How did he obviously was obviously sexually abusing her for years, right? He held her.
No, he held her for how long was it, E-Rock? Got the story?
I don't remember. This goes way back now.
It was a while. It wasn't years, but it was. It
was enough time to mess her up for the rest of her life.
Wasn't there a guy on Long Island who held somebody for years? I know there's
I'm
stories.
sure there was.
I'm sure there's a few.
Long Island has had a bevy of.
Well, there you go. I wonder if Mark Smothergill is talking about the Katie Beers case.
Little Katie Beers.
Let's get another fact about Mastic. It's Get to Know Mastic for the rest of the week on the Opie and Anthony Show. Yes, Jim.
Hey, what's going on, Owen?
Hey.
This guy, Smothergill sounds like a real ball bag. But the thing is about Mastic, they actually have kids with whistles around their necks because of all the kid touches out there.
So kids wear whistles around their neck.
And that's to let the.
I'm a cop with the NYPD, and Anthony, you actually work out with my dad. He talks to you all the time.
Oh, hey, I know you. Cool. Great, man.
So I appreciate all the good times. You guys, we work the midnights, sitting here with a bunch of guys in South Jamaica. You guys really help us out.
Cool, man.
All right, right on.
You guys have a good day.
Thanks.
So, according to Jim, the kids have to wear whistles around their neck.
And what happens is they blow the whistle, and that allows people to know where they are.
Where the young child
the
is.
kid touchers can't find them.
It's their special game of Marco Polo.
I'm reading about Mastic. Somebody just sent me a link to some kind of message board.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And?
It says, first of all, most people are going to say that Mastic Beach is a wasteland. I've been told by one of my friends that in a radio report, it was named the armpit of Long Island.
Yeah. What about that fact, Mark Smothergill?
You'll find yourself in situations where you ask someone where you live, answering about 15 miles or 15 minutes from the Hamptons. It's a safe way out. I live 15 minutes from the Hamptons.
Wonderful.
There's a picture of this Mark Smothergill, I think, online. If that was him, what a rosy-cheeked ass. If that's the guy, he looks like Jim J. Bullock.
Oh, he really does look like a tool.
Is he taking a picture with his mommy?
Oh, rosy-cheeked.
Is that a picture with him and his mommy?
Might be his wife.
Oh, really?
What?
He looks like a drunken Elo.
He looks like a, well, let's say Elo.
Or just Elo.
He looks like a ventriloquist dummy. What a shiny-faced idiot.
And it looks like Mark Smothergill gets his hair frosted a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little frosting on the top, please.
Here's a little more of the message board. Someone called Mastic the armpit of Long Island. Crotch or rectum is more like it.
Hey, we need an official stinger for our get to know Mastic bit that we're doing.
It says 25 years ago, Mastic was the dumping ground for welfare. Although many good people have moved in and lived there, the real estate values are depressed. The local school district is sorting through a serious money mismanagement scandal. Is that true? How about that? Largely due to mismanagement decades ago. Traffic is very heavy, abysmal planning. Local gas prices are well over $3 a gallon, and it just seems like a very depressed area.
Well, Travis just handed me just some of the stories about Mastic from January and February of this year. So these stories are a mere month to 2 months old.
All right, so we're not going back that far at all.
In the last month or 2 months, here are some of the headlines that have something to do with Mastic as we get to know Mastic on the O&A show.
Mm-hmm.
Man breaks into Mastic home and stabs lover's boyfriend to death. Homeless man severely burned after another homeless man sets fire to van he was sleeping in. Man arrested for trying to lure 12-year-old girl into his vehicle. Man arrested for walking around with python wrapped around his body. And finally, girl sexually attacked on walk to Mastic school.
There
As we get to know Mastic. That's from January and February alone.
There does seem to be a lot of this sexual assaults going on in Mastic. What the hell's going on there?
Let's say hi to Matt from Baldwin, Long Island. Matt?
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
Hey.
Last time I went to Mastic, I heard about this place we can get an Indian reservation for cigarettes. I went to the Indian reservation. I buy the cigarettes. As I'm going to my car, some guy runs out of the woods, grabs my car and the cigarettes, and runs back into the woods.
Maybe they just ought to chop down all the trees around Mastic. People come out of the woods.
Yeah, they're coming out of the woods.
Cigarettes.
Zombies need a smoke.
Right on my hands, man. Unbelievable.
Oh, that's hysterical.
All right, sir. One more before we take a break. We got Freddie and Belmore. A lot of Long Island calls today, but the rest of the country could get into this whole Mastic thing.
I'm sure you know. You got a town like this near you.
Freddie.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good, man.
Hey, my sister-in-law lives out there. She goes, yeah, it's the next Hamptons out there.
She calls it the next...
next Hamptons?
The next Hamptons.
When she was buying a house, she's like, yeah, it's going to be like the Hamptons.
Yeah, when the Hamptons finally have to expand, they're going to take over Mastic, and you guys are all going to be jumping
There you go.
And now it's time for a Mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Frank, formerly from Mastic. Frank, what do you have today?
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Frank. Oh, Frank. What?
After those hypocrites on the school board with questions and embezzlement, they got about $7 million out of William Ford's great high school program.
I think Frank is trying to say that a school board guy allegedly took $7 million.
Yeah, there was some misappropriations of some money.
There was a couple of officials implicated in it.
I can't hear you, bro.
Your
Unfortunately.
phone stinks.
Your phone sucks. Tell Tim we need an outro now. And
Yeah.
that was another...
Right.
Mastic moment from the Opie and Anthony show.
Every intro needs a good outro.
That's right.
Come on.
That's a good point. Why would you?
Now it's time
what
for
happened?
a Mastic
yeah.
moment.
Okay.
As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to John from Mastic.
From Mastic. Very good.
Getting to know Mastic.
Celebrating Mastic, if you will.
For the rest of the week. Yes,
Yeah.
John. John?
When I was young, yeah, hello.
Yeah, I think they got a weird cell thing that happens in Mastic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like the X-Files.
Why put a tower in a poor town?
They're using the same phone that Michael Douglas used in Wall Street on a beach. It's that stupid shoebox with an antenna on it.
Giant brick.
Yeah, John, go ahead.
Yeah, when I was younger, I used to go to school in Mastic, and all the brothers used to steal the mail from the neighborhood and hide it in an abandoned house. And then, like, once a month, the cops would come and try to get them, and it would look like the house was on fire, and they'd all go running down the blocks for the Indian reservation, because when they got to the Indian reservation, the cops weren't allowed to cross the line. So then the cops would have to camp out outside the Indian reservation and wait for these guys to come back.
I love this. I can't get enough of this town.
I'm falling in love with Mastic.
All I know is when I was like driving around on Long Island, we would just avoid this area.
Yeah.
Nah, I gotta hang out in this.
Now we got to go and party there.
They would have to just camp out and wait. John, wonderful.
What is it, 1850?
That's a great story. See, we're getting
Not allowed in here, revenuer.
How do you like them apples, Mark Smothergill?
Why would you want that?
Oh, sorry, Jimmy.
Now it's time
Oh,
for
sorry.
a Mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Rob from Long Island. Rob, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
I just want you guys to know that Mastic is one of the only libraries that carries video games because kids.
What is wrong with the cell phone?
Every time we try to take a call, it just...
See, even God hates you.
Apparently, the library carries video games.
Because what? Because the kids can't read on a...
I don't know how. You know, we're trying to stick to the facts here.
Yes. Oh.
It's probably saying they're too poor to afford them.
Oh.
Sorry, Jimmy, to interrupt you, but...
As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
All right, let's try another one. It's Chris on Long Island. Chris, what's up?
Good morning, ladies. Your music is loud.
Oh, is that it?
No, what's up, Chris?
All right, here we go. I don't know if you remember, a couple of years back, the cop that pulled a girl over from the bar in Mastic and made her walk home naked while he followed her.
Oh, I remember that story.
That was Mastic?
That's Mastic.
Yeah, cop pulled over a girl. She was drunk. And to teach her a little lesson, he made her take her clothes off and walk home as he followed her slowly behind her.
I remember that one.
That's fantastic.
Wonderful. All right, getting back to this. Oh, no.
And now it's time for a Mastic moment.
So much here.
As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Dave on Long Island. Dave, what's up?
Yeah, two things, if it's okay. Yeah, I hear some guy invented some sticky tape called mastic tape.
Oh, we know it as masking tape. But I guess it started out as mastic tape?
Yeah, I think so.
Because of all the sexual predators that live in the area?
Oh, that's good. Then they could, now it's duct tape. Where they could just bind their ankles and wrists.
And one more thing.
Did you really want to try another one? What?
Yeah. We'll try one more.
Okay.
We'll leave you with the sounds of mastic.
All right. Toilet flushing, always funny.
Wow, he bailed himself out of that spiral.
That is a huge comeback right there.
First damn good one.
First two pitchers, you missed the ball by a mile, where your whole body spins around, and then the third pitch, you hit it out of the ballpark.
Dude, that's, by the way, the outro for that bit. Leave you with the sounds of mastic and a toilet flushing.
The toilet.
Or a different sound every day.
Yeah, if Steve's working for the show today, can you run down the hall and tell Tim that that's
Yes.
the outro we want?
You can stop updating for 1 minute. Just please tell him.
We got to address that issue.
And now it's time for a Mastic moment. as Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Pete in Sayreville. Pete, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Hey.
It's a great Mastic story for you out there.
Yeah.
All right, 2 years ago, my brother-in-law is taking his garbage out in Mastic. Right on the corner of the street, we got these two parties going on that pile out into the street. Crackhead kills one of these guys with a bow and arrow from his porch.
Ooh. You got killed by a bow and arrow in Mastic?
Yeah, hunting bow.
Hunting bow.
Yeah, right in Mastic.
That's just wonderful. Thank you, sir.
Fantastic.
Yeah, let's go to Bob on Long Island. Bob, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
I got a buddy that lives in Mastic, and we're hanging out in his garage one night working on dirt bikes. And I asked him where I should throw the empty beer bottles. He's like, just throw them out onto the lawn, try to get them close to the mailbox. I'm like, why would you do that? And he said that the land clammers come around at night and collect them. They'll be gone by the morning.
Land clammers?
Those are people that collect empties?
Empty bottles are land clammers?
We're learning so much about Mastic. Thank you, Bob.
And that was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A Mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Right. We should be honored by Mastic. We should get like a key to the city.
But it's a key, but it comes like with a big metal thing, like when you go to a gas station, you have to use the toilet, so you don't run off.
So you don't steal it. How about it's got a carburetor on it?
Oh, yeah, hubcap.
How about the keys just in the shape of a toilet brush?
Sure.
A metal toilet brush.
They give you this toilet brush to the city.
Oh, and now it's time for a Mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
If you're just tuning in, get up earlier.
Yeah, what can we tell you?
This is based on something we did to start the whole show off.
Yeah.
We got some more Mastic stories.
Love them.
These happened between July and December of 2007.
All right, so we're not talking that long ago.
So 5 to 6 months. Here are some of the stories that came out of Mastic, Long Island. Police make 300 arrests in 6 weeks for street crime, gang, and drug activity in Mastic and Shirley.
Wow.
Oof. There's another one for Mark Smothergill.
Smothergill.
Man arrested in Shirley bank robbery.
Mm-hmm.
FBI raids Mastic smoke shop, arrests manager for evading $9 million in taxes.
$9 million?
$10,000 diamond earring stolen. Homeless man arrested in bank robbery. Man stabbed to death in Mastic bar. Man arrested for violently shaking and kicking his 3-month-old baby. And 19 dogs found in feces-filled room in Mastic house.
Yeah, I gotta have one of those.
And that was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A Mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Nice.
This place is an asshole. We started this as a goof, but this place...
Wow.
This place stinks.
There's no shortage of horrid stories coming out of there.
It really sucks on ice. Mastic is a dump. I won't apologize for that.
Oh,
fast forward 2 days later, I took a trip through Mastic, and although I was sexually assaulted and stabbed with an AIDS needle, I found the residents to be lovely.
Even this fat mule next to me with her greasy hair.
Thank you. I want to thank this blubbernecked disaster who no one has listened to since 1974.
Yeah. There you go, Mark Smothergill. All pissed off because one lousy DJ had a throwaway comment about a trailer, and now this is what you get.
Hey, now your little town's national.
That's right. You dope. Speaking of not funny, we should get their opinion on the whole Mastic thing.
Not funny.
We had another DJ that had to apologize at a press conference. He had to do a book report about this town, Mastic.
They made him do like a pretty
Where's
much
that
the equivalent
story?
of a book report for
You'll
Mastic.
find this interesting. You actually do a bit about something like this.
What is it about?
The radio jock got on the air and he took a call from Mastic. Now out here on
Mastic?
Out on Long Island,
it's not
there's
a pretty
town
town.
that is just it's kind of below the level of income that places should be, and
But he called it white trash.
Yeah, he actually said here's the whole thing. A woman called up and said he told her, "Do your pipes freeze in the winter underneath your trailer?"
Yeah.
She said, "I don't live in a trailer," and that was it.
That was the whole line.
That was it.
Are you kidding me?
So he had to apologize
So
for
he got suspended.
Yeah.
For saying to your pipe.
for implying that people in Mastic live in trailers. and do you know this? Mastic is not zoned for trailers. We learned
well,
that.
then he should have been suspended because that's a false statement.
Of course.
That's information.
I've been to Mastic plenty of times. It's what I would describe and what people describe as white trash.
Is that near Shirley?
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
Because Quinn's always joking about Shirley. That's where his cousin lives, Tim Gage.
Tim's from Shirley?
Yes. So he said it's the worst.
Everyone from Mastic and Shirley tries to pick another place close by that they're from. They say, no, I'm from like Medford
Is this
or
like
something.
where the area where like this is in Long Island?
Yeah, it's
like
pretty much when you run out of Expressway.
So it's like where Queens starts to turn into Long Island.
Oh my God, no! It's so much further than that.
It's almost near.
It's closer to England than Queens.
It's close to the Hamptons.
Out there.
It's close to the Hamptons. Here's the news story. It's 30 seconds.
Randy Spears, co-host of Long Island's WBLI morning show, came under fire last week after making trailer park jokes about people living in Mastic. He was pulled off the air last Thursday. At first, Spears refused to apologize, but yesterday met with residents face to face.
And when I made those statements, I was just trying to have fun with the listeners like I usually do. It was not my intention to hurt an entire community.
Randy Spears says he spent the weekend driving around and found out that there are no trailer parks in Mastic.
So what?
Took his car in a carjacking and sexually assaulted him because many predators seem to live there.
But he did find out there are no trailer parks.
He sounds like a woman that has become a man.
I was going to say, why does he sound like an 80-year-old woman
who's had a sex change and become a man. That's
Well, if you look at the pictures on the website, hello.
Sounds like
I'm
changing it.
blown away by that because I thought you were going to say that he said white trash and that somebody
He didn't even go that far.
He
just made a trailer joke, and they wanted him fired. And the radio station said if he didn't apologize, they would have fired him for that.
And the poor guy's got bills,
right?
And he had to take back something that he had a right to say.
In the Post, and it's only going to get worse if Barack or Hillary is president. Just remind you that. In the Post, it said he said white trash. Well, he didn't say white. I was going to say, since when do you get in trouble for picking on white people?
No, he's implying that they are white trash.
Because in the Post, they had saying
maybe he
white
did
trash.
say it beforehand. I don't know. I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it either. It wasn't in the quote.
Even if he did, who cares?
Yeah.
Right.
No, exactly.
It's just one of those
you never
things.
get in trouble for saying white trash.
No.
Any other, derogatory
group.
race.
Right, then you're in big trouble.
Well,
but
that
you're
becomes redundant.
allowed to say. I mean, the people. He should, even if he said people from Mastiff.
Right.
Mastic?
Or Mastic.
Mastic.
I live in a dog.
Mastic.
People from Mastic are all awful.
Right.
And their lives are wretched.
Yeah.
And even though I've never been in a home, I'm confident in saying that none of their lives are good.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll say that right now.
That's on the sign when you drive into the town.
Right under the population.
Picture of Tim Gage.
Welcome to Mastiff. Mastic.
It was such a throwaway line, and now this is what we do. We're dedicating our whole show.
The Rotary Club welcomes you to Mastic, where no one's lives are good on any level.
No one's happy.
Population, a big pile of crap. Full of people.
Now we just beat up the town relentlessly for the next 3 or 4 days.
We're less happy than a pile of skinny humans on black and white film from Germany.
Yeah. Yeah. And for the people of Long Island, don't tune in BLI anymore because you're not going to hear anything edgy.
Yeah.
You know, the station management caved on this lame throwaway line. You're not going to hear any edgy entertainment over there.
No, nothing. You can't say anything now. What's his show going to be like now?
Who are their advertisers?
Somebody calls in. Where are you from? Mastic. Oh, nice.
It's a wonderful
Have a
place.
nice day.
Yeah. Wonderful. I'm sure your home is lovely.
Who are the advertisers they're trying to appease to these broke idiots? With it so
exactly.
clean? Does your wife have a black eye from not listening? Try covering it up with this. Things that help you beat a drug test.
Your baby falling out windows. But they're trailers. They're not that
into
far.
the bushes. Yeah.
Just cry there for a while.
Falling out of a trailer is only a foot and a half.
And this has to be.
That's a very profound point.
This
That
has
if
to
your
be-
baby falls out of a window and you're poor, you're fine.
Yeah, you're set.
If
No
you're
problem.
rich, you're dead baby.
Yeah.
Because you were vainly rich.
You want to live on the 30th floor.
Yeah, then your kid's
Well,
gonna
that's
die.
skyscraper.
I want to read this part of the article before we move on because this guy Mark Smothergill wasn't satisfied with the big apology press conference.
Oh, wasn't he?
Dirty.
He says, what happened today other than that his job is secure? The guy's pissed off at the apology and the press conference and wants more to happen to this guy.
See,
You know what
this
else
guy,
happened
Mark
today?
Smothergill.
Your mother shot herself for having you, idiots.
Yeah.
That's what else happened.
Right.
That was a good thing that happened in Mastic today.
Yeah. And then you had Paul Burchard, director of the, ready for this?
Yeah.
Patter Squash Creek Civic Association.
Pattersquash Creek?
What is that?
Yeah.
I don't know. He pointed out that.
I had patter squash actually yesterday.
Yeah,
Delicious.
Good stuff.
And he was the one that pointed out that the trailer homes are not permitted under local zoning laws.
Patter squash. I'll take the squash.
See,
He's up Pattersquash Creek without a paddle, that fella.
Oh, there's patter squash in my panties.
See, so guys, I mean, this is all based in sensitivity, but now even guys have become as sensitive as, you expect it out of a soccer mom who's like 26, but now even the guys are just
jumping
a
in.
nation of faggots.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
I'll tell you, the feminization.
Hold on.
Exciting,
Oh,
in my opinion.
Hold on a minute.
What do we got?
And now it's time for a Mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Joe, former cop. Mastic was his beat. What's up, Joe?
We realized you're sitting in the presence of greatness. I was a cop in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and after Operation Pressure Point, they pushed all that drug traffic over the Williamsburg Bridge into my precinct. Every junkie I locked up, cop and dope, came from three places: New Jersey, Maspeth, Queens, and Mastic, Long Island, baby. It was travel 82 miles for 3 bags of dope. I kid you not.
And that was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A Mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
There you go.
That's like a Woody Guthrie lyric or something. 82 miles for 3 bags of dope. That's beautiful.
Old folk song.
I was looking at some property in Mastic. So
Oh, yeah?
change that.
Guy called us yesterday. He said,
On the
please,
cheap.
please buy my home. I
Did
want
they
out of this hellhole.
Really?
Yes. I know you guys make a good living. Just buy my house, please.
Guy
should buy
lives in a lighthouse.
Yeah.
We should buy it. We should pool together money.
Just
and
buy the entire town.
Just buy a house in Mastic and just put a billboard on the front. Just, you stink. You all stink. Change it every day.
Yeah.
It's another insult.
Hello, garbage.
Yeah.
Oh, we got someone that is very upset. Our first one.
Oh, no.
Oh,
sweet.
boy. Mark, what's up?
You guys are hurting my feelings talking about my town like this.
I wish he meant it.
I did too.
I was so getting. Yeah, I was getting all excited. I was taking a deep breath.
We were so excited.
My apologies.
I'm emotionally hurt. I bashed my head apart. My shoes came off.
Yeah, Sergeant G from Iraq writes, Mastic equals no money. No money.
I gotta tell you.
It's safer to be in
I
Iraq.
gotta tell you. It's not funny. It's not funny.
It's not funny.
Not funny.
Ooga.
All right, we got to take a break. Nick DiPaolo and Louis C.K. in studio. The instant feedback about Mastic is unbelievable, and now it's coming in from all over the country. Boston's getting involved. Sam from Boston, I don't know how true this is, but he went to homes.com and looked up Mastic. And he writes, the very last page, there's a home for sale for $1,900.
I'm telling you.
It's a brand new 4-bedroom, 1.5, 1.5 bath, sprawling ranch, completely renovated from the foundation up. The last line says, great for kids.
I
This
bet.
can't be true. You can't buy a house for $1,900 in Mastic.
I'm telling you.
Find that, E-Rock.
In Buffalo, you can. And you get like an indoor-outdoor pool, 71 acres. Me and Artie were up there about a year ago, and we were looking in the classifieds. We're on the phone with
Just
each other,
makes you-
crying.
It makes you disgusted that you live in New York.
Move into the governor's mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
23 bedroom with 12-car garage, 11.5.
11.5.
Indoor-outdoor pool, 71 acres with wheat on it. And corn.
You get slaves, horses, a carriage house.
Comes with 35 souls. All hereditary.
Oh, my God. Oh, my gut just ripped open.
Oh, is that good?
I must jump in. No picture available, but I found the listing. $1,900, 4-bedroom, 1 full bath, a half a bath. Estimated monthly payment, $9.11. This can't be real. Come on.
I'm buying it.
I'm putting down 10%.
I'm buying. We gotta buy it.
Let's buy it right
now. The down payment, the minimum down payment would be $380. This can't be real.
Dude,
Come
we
on.
gotta buy it.
What's up, Ian?
That is my house
There's
now.
actually houses cheaper
No, come on.
Really?
that have photos.
That have photos. Wait, here we go. And they're pissed off about this dumb
We
throwaway
gotta go
comment.
buy-
Well, I'll buy a house today. I'll just go there with cash.
I'm serious. Let's go buy a
Let's be
controlling.
neighbors in Mastic.
I have an idea.
Let's all buy a whole block.
Let's buy a controlling amount
cancer-
of real estate and become like the mayor. Take
Mogul.
turns being mayor.
Mastic mogul.
There's got to be something. It's not haunted or anything. There's hepatitis all over the...
Hold on. Let me jump back in. We did find a cheaper house. This one is 3 bedrooms, 1 full bath.
Oh, that's too small.
$1,650. Estimated monthly payment $7.91.
Can't afford
The
that.
down payment would be $330.
Let's buy a house.
I have the principal in my pocket to buy the house.
Buy a house. Let's buy a neighborhood. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
We'll all have houses next
take
to
a dozen.
Seriously, it's like buying.
I'm like donuts.
Let's start a comedy cult in Mastic. We all buy a house each.
It's like when you play Monopoly and you just go for Baltics.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You get
Yeah.
Baltic and Mediterranean.
Baltic and Mediterranean.
You got a hotel
you land
in
on it
3
every
turns.
time.
You got
Come on. Yeah, 3 turns, you got a hotel, and then they land on it every time.
Yeah.
Come on, man, rent.
They're not telling you
$200
something there.
hotel.
There's power lines and like the last 3 families.
what?
Kids went bald at 8 to 4 or something.
The
There's
basement's
something
full
evil.
of radon.
Yeah.
Exactly, but that's the point.
Indian
That's the
graveyard,
town.
yeah.
That's the town he was making fun of.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was right on the money.
They forced us to do this today.
How can
yeah.
you be offended when there's houses in your town for $1,900?
Here's what's hilarious to me is that this guy made a joke where he did a he applied a stereotype to how bad their town is.
Yeah.
A stereotype that turns out to be false. That there's trailers there, but the truth is way worse.
It's worse.
It's worse than
way worse.
It's $1,900 houses.
A grounded home with a foundation.
Yeah.
Costs $1,600.
Oh, no.
And now it's time for a Mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
We got Rory from Long Island on the instant feedback. He writes, or she writes, I saw a 40-year-old woman get a DWI in the Wallbaum's parking lot in Mastic at 9 in the morning.
Nice. That's a prize.
That would be a supermarket for the rest of the country.
That's how awful it is there. They can't even. They don't even. Walmart won't even open there. They send a Wallbaums.
Wallbaums.
And that was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts.
People are already.
Mastic moment.
There's a
on the
one-bedroom.
Opie and Anthony show.
There's a 1-bedroom apartment on Craigslist, I guess, in Mastic, available for $99.
Are you kidding me? I got Rubbermaid products that are worth more. For Christ's sake, I spent $120 on Rubbermaid products when I had my apartment in Astoria.
Oh, God.
Oh,
I had a couple of margaritas that ran me more than that.
Yeah,
I go literally.
exactly.
Yeah.
When I went to Jimmy's show,
Sure.
I tipped the waitress more than that just to keep bringing me drinks.
You could have had a 1-bedroom instead.
I could have had a 1-bedroom in Mastic.
Just to keep it coming. Tip.
That's it.
I
It
gotta
was,
go.
please keep the drinks
A lot
coming.
of people saying that they have to be rentals. They're not rentals, right, E-Rock? No. These are houses you could buy in Mastic.
Well, what's going on here?
I'm telling you, we buy them and we become like we do like the Dianetics people did in Clearwater. We just take over Mastic.
Comedy Village.
run
And
everybody
these
out.
houses are right on the water, by the way. That's what's really scary.
Rename it Stink. Stinks. Stinks Long Island.
I want like Ville at the end. It's like
No,
Stinksville, you know?
No, just
Comedyville.
Just stinks.
Bronxville.
Funnyville.
Stinks Long Island.
No, and
STINX.
Where you from? Stinks? You know where Stinks is?
And you put the toilet on the front lawn, and everybody has to take a dump on the front lawn while staring out at people walking
Hey, we own
by.
the place. Why not?
We make it a whatever, what do you call it, a law that a town has.
Oh, yeah, an ordinance?
An ordinance, a city ordinance. You have to poo on the front lawn.
You have to have your toilet out on the front lawn. You just, good morning. You're sitting there with your paper.
Let's go to Marco.
Indoor defecating.
Marco in Queens. What's up?
The Stinks Tribune in your hand.
Hey.
Stinks Tribune.
Marco, go.
Oh, Marco.
Stinks Bugle.
I just purchased
just a mattress that costs more than those houses.
Your mattress costs more than a house in Mastic.
Nope. Yes,
that's
from
true.
Sleepy's. Nice.
All right, thank you, sir.
If you're walking past a empty lot in the Bronx, and there's a mattress with a burn in the middle, that's worth more than a house in Mastic.
The house in Mastic.
If you ask the bum laying there how much for that mattress, he'd have the dignity to ask more than they do for a home.
Why are they homeless?
What?
Any homeless guy. Any homeless guy could panhandle enough money to buy a house in Mastic.
A shopping cart full of cans.
Right.
A 2-bedroom down here. What are you doing?
What the hell are they doing out there?
You deserve to be homeless.
Exactly.
Homeless guy could sell his old coat.
Yeah.
And have that big house down the end of the road in Mastic.
The welcome wagon comes to welcome you. Hi, welcome, neighbor. Where the hell do I get a booze? Still homeless. He just has a house.
Yeah.
You're at a $1,900 house. Your neighbor buys the $200, pulls the value of your house down.
Yeah. Goddamn bums.
Oh, my God.
Let's go back here.
And now it's time for a Mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Tom on Long Island. Tom, what's up?
Tommy.
Boys, what's up?
Hey, Tom.
Hey, my neighbor, I lived in Mastic till I was 6. My neighbor was 400 pounds. Didn't have much hair, but what hair she did have was real long. She wouldn't let us out. My father wouldn't let us out in the yard like once a week because she used to mow the lawn topless.
Oh, my God.
I love this.
This should be like Amish. You know, people go to see the Amish in their village.
Yeah, and they watch them. They just watch them live.
You see people crapping on the front lawn. And bald, fat ladies with no shirts and kids with cancer at 6.
That was because they smoke. You into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A Mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
A 6-year-old kid smoking out of the hole in his throat. He's already throat removed. He's already pushing around an oxygen tank, and it's because he smokes. It's not because of some chemical.
He's been trying to quit since he was 3.
He's got a patch.
That rattle in your chest or your hand?
No, if you did an ordinance where you did make people put their toilets on the front lawn, that would be an improvement. That would be a beautification.
They'd call you fancy schmancy.
Yeah, they'd be like, what are we putting on airs?
Yeah, these city boys.
Instead of having the Virgin Mary and the half shell, they put the...
We got a real estate agent on the line. Miles from Minnesota. What's up, Miles?
Yeah, hey, I just wanted to let you guys know, do you realize that the closing costs on those houses is 3 times more than the actual house itself?
Yeah. The closing costs is where they get you.
Lawyer.
Research on these things, man.
Oh, that's right. The lawyer that you'd have to hire and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just the pen that you use to sign.
More than the house.
More than the house.
I want to buy a house, though, there. I just want to have one.
What's up with those houses that cost less than $2,000? Something is up.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
what's up is that the place is horrible.
They're built on a pile of AIDS needles. And you're only allowed to be barefoot in that part of town.
Yeah, the city ordinance. Yeah, there's another ordinance.
Needles.
You gotta be barefoot. Yeah.
The foundation of the house is made of AIDS.
AIDS. Yeah, the whole thing's built on a puddle of AIDS.
Not funny.
Oh God!
I wonder if maybe they they ran out of money and there's no sewer systems or something. It's still worth it.
Yeah, the rock bottom point here is that the fella had a right to to rib the town a little.
Yeah, he should get fined for not doing
for not doing
being inaccurate.
Yeah, for not.
At least do your research. There's $1,200 houses being sold there.
I bet you. I want to see some pictures. Like on Sunday, you look through the paper.
Yeah.
I want to see some pictures in Mastic.
Yeah, where are those houses?
1900.
It's just a facade perched up on 2x4s.
1/8 bedroom with aluminum pan for pooping.
Going to Mastic with a camera and just going and buying a home is worth doing.
Doing it. Take a camera with you.
What is it? 45 minutes from here?
Document the whole thing. It'll take about an hour.
Hey, we should get one of these homes for Pat from Menaki. Get him out of that
Pat,
trailer.
You want to live? He lives in a trailer right by the end of the runway at Teterboro.
I will buy.
It's horrible. Almost as bad as living in Mastic.
The great thing about homes like that is that that would get to him if you mailed him a letter, and you just write a trailer home right by the runway at Teterboro.
Yeah, that's funny.
What?
We might be getting Mark Smothergill on the phone. Is it
God.
happening, Steve?
He's the guy making a big.
He's really mad that the guy didn't get fired.
Well, Mr. Smothergill.
Why would
Is this Mark Smothergill?
Yes, it is.
Hi, welcome to the Greg and Tony Show. How are you, sir?
Greg and Tony show?
Yes.
Yeah. Greg Hughes and Tony Cumia?
Oh, Anthony and Opie, you mean?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's another name for the program.
That's how we're going to start out. All right.
No.
Loyal listener and everything else, and that's how we're going to start out.
Damn.
All right, it's the Opie and Anthony Show, and you're going to get beat up. How are you, sir?
Okay.
Why were you mad at the press conference that this guy didn't get fired?
No. That's not what I said.
Okay.
That's not what I said at all.
All right.
What I said is basically, I didn't care. No, I'm not a liar. Because I've lived through your suspensions.
Oh.
And
Wow.
hated
Damn it. I hate when they're fans.
So, and, what it came down to is they asked me what I thought if I accepted his apology.
Right.
And I didn't, because you still on CBS or you at XM?
We're on CBS.
Okay, so I'll keep it clean.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
This guy's a big fan.
Thank you, sir.
Don't listen to the replay today. We beat you up for about a half hour.
I figured you would, but I know you're fair. I mean, I saw when Whoopi came on. You would not that I'm comparing myself to Whoopi. I don't have any kind of wild hair.
Why does everyone have to be a fan of our show?
I hate that.
We poke fun at your name and your rosy cheeks.
Yeah, we thought you were a professor at Hogwarts.
Oh, come on.
And that you practice wizardry.
I'm an alarm installer. You know, I
Mark.
have my
Why
own
are you so
company,
sensitive?
and I
Yeah,
install
Mark.
alarms.
All right, Mark.
Must be a pretty lucrative business out in Mastic.
Doing great.
Mark,
Alarm installer.
You're
Protect that $1,900 house.
Hey, let's not pick, I mean, it could be a tin
Why
knock.
not?
Yeah, that's true.
Wow, this guy's a huge fan. Mark, listen, because we're running out of show here. Like, you seem to be really upset still, but if you listen to this radio show, you got to know how to take a joke.
I don't worry about the joke. I said I don't care about the context, how he said things. What I didn't like is the fact he had enough balls not to apologize on the air in the first place.
Right.
Then he came out and had this great written apology that everybody made a big deal about how it's his apology and how he came out and he toured all these different places and toured the William Floyd estate. It's closed till springtime. I've lived here for 25 years. If he was at the gate and he toured it and he's telling us how wonderful it is, it looks like crap outside the gate.
Yeah, but so you just think he's being disingenuous?
I think he's full of crap, yeah.
Yeah. Well, so you're not insulted by his making fun of Mastic. You think he's being phony now? Is that the thing?
I'm not thrilled about him picking on Mastic because, I mean,
Why?
We're an easy pick. But you know what?
So that it makes it more fun.
Wait, Mark, let me explain what happens in these situations. The station made him apologize. He wasn't going to apologize,
Absolutely.
but they basically said, you're going to be fired unless you read this statement that our lawyers put together.
Right, and I told them, when I spoke to the news, I told them I didn't care that he was fired. I didn't care about any of that.
Fired.
What I cared about, or even suspended. I didn't want him suspended. I don't know the context of his show. Don't listen to it. I told them at the time I listened to your show. We had other people that complained, well, Opie and Anthony jumped on the bandwagon, which I knew you would, because you're not into people getting suspended or fired for things because it's something that's near and dear to your heart.
But, Mark, at least we're doing our research in how horrible Mastic is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing.
had
is
it
that
coming, man.
Your people in your town put pressure on. This guy had to go back on something he said because he's got a job and he has bills to pay. And they couldn't take a really light joke about their town, which is...
If you knew anything about the area...
Who cares? Who cares about the area?
Yeah, Mark, it doesn't matter.
Who cares?
It's just a joke.
People can make a joke that Mastic is just a pile of poop and not know anything about it, and then the people in Mastic should hear it and go, oh well, I'm going to go live my life now.
That's the thing about this area. It's been so fractured for years.
So what? It's just words. It's just a radio DJ making fun of a stupid town where you can buy a home for $1,600. So who cares?
That's not true, and it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, we're looking, and apparently you can buy a house for $1,600 there.
So we found it online.
You can't buy a house out here. For
We're a little confused,
but we're online, and there are houses for sale in Mastic for $1,600. I don't understand how this is possible, but I want like a dozen. want to buy a bunch of these houses.
6-pack of houses.
My wife sells real estate on the side. Trust me. If
She
there were
must be
houses for
broke.
$1,600,
Even if it's not true.
We're going to buy one of these houses, and we're going to force all the townspeople to take their dumps in the house.
That's what we decided.
Yeah, we're going to have everybody. We want an ordinance where toilets go on the front lawn.
Not even. No, you just walk in the house and just do
the
what you
whole
have
house
to
is
do.
a toilet.
That's
The bottom line is
Our goal is to try to fill it up to the ceiling with
It
poo.
could be worse. It could be the dumpy area you used to live in Boston that I hear you talking about all the time.
Oh, Ashland.
So that's okay.
Hey,
that's
believe
the
me.
whole point. Who cares even if it's true? People make fun of a town, and then that town goes and shuts up. I mean, who cares? It's just a town full of babies
you know
that
why
should just die in a pile.
You know why it's good that people stood up and said something?
Why is that,
not
Mark?
good.
Because we've been beaten down so long.
Oh, big deal.
Poor
Jesus.
babies.
Grow up. Grow some thick skin.
Move out of Mastic. And
You're the
jump
prop
it
of the
up.
country.
But Mark,
Congratulations
because-
with
But
Hillary.
Mark, because you guys stood up for your town, we just made it a lot worse the last couple of days.
Yeah, just drink Drano.
We're paying tribute to Mastic all week.
Yeah, you better listen to the show because now we're getting to know your fine,
I'm
your fine
I'm
town.
going to be your neighbor, and I'm going to rename the town Stinks.
We have an offer. Come out. We have a bus tour of the area. You want to talk intelligently about it?
No.
A
Why
bus
would we-
tour? Is that the bus that the sheriff drives?
Yeah.
on the way to Riverhead?
It's like jungle habitat. You can poke them and they talk to you.
Is that the jitney to
Oversensitivity is killing this country, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quit being a
Who would
thin-skinned
listen
baby.
to a radio show where they talk intelligently
Yeah, grow
about
up.
a town? That's not entertaining. You.
Yeah, we like to make poo jokes. All right, Mark.
All right, Mr. Smothergill.
Talk
I'll get
about
back.
the armory that you have in your house.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever.
It's to protect myself from the people of Mastic.
You've been deballed. Go look for your balls behind the house.
At least he came on the show.
Thank you, Mark.
All right,
like a
Mark.
nice guy,
Keep
actually.
listening.
Get yourself a better showbiz name.
I hope you get sick from the fertilizer that you don't have on your lawn.
We got to talk about Boston, but we're running out of show. You just
talk about it.
All right.
Sorry.
Well, they were great for you, right?
Louis C.K. fans were awesome. They came to the show, and I have these friends from. I have a varied audience. Some of them are nerdy, and some of them are parents, and then there's O&A.
Right.
It's like always a third of the audience.
Right.
And my nerdy, kind of Harvard-y friend from Boston was like, "Who are these meatheads who come to see you?" And I was like, "That's my guys, the O&A guys."
They were awesome, though. They
Yeah,
sit
they were
there.
great.
They understand comedy, and they're
always
just
do.
amazing, right?
They are.
Because you filmed your comedy special in Boston, and the fans
and
came out and
I
drove.
did 2 shows, and it was 2 of the best sets I've ever had.
Awesome.
And so I thank them. They came and they really supported. I mean, they bought tickets in like 10 seconds. It was great.
Very cool. Supposedly Randy Spears is on the line.
I am.
The dude that got in trouble on Long Island. I don't know if this is true, but we'll see. Randy.
No, I'm not. I'm at work, and the final puzzle is back.
Oh, well, thank you. You have a great day today.
Okay, you guys have a great day, too.
Bye, Yankee fan Kevin. Mike from Kings Park. Oh, Mike. For the bumper stickers, Mike.
Hey, I had to wait. I had to hold off because you've got, he had his meeting and stuff.
Now, well, he is back, Mike. So how do you feel?
Well, this is WBLI, obviously.
I know. Well, thank you, Mike.
He did his apology. He did his thing, and now he's back, and now we can get back to normal life here with the radio.
Exactly. We're so excited to be all back
please
together.
put us on
so
with this
and you were
clown of a
so
show.
sweet and so supportive in such a nice
up,
way.
Hole.
So it was great to hear from you all along.
Every time she talks, a fist should just fly across the table to her fucking jawline.
Yeah.
I want to say hi to Randy.
Oh, is this Diane?
Your fucking voice is a homing beacon for fucking wife-beating
Knuckles.
fist.
You Dana, big
Just hands with no bodies attached to the flash of the window.
this drivel.
Get right back into it.
I spent my whole weekend watching Randy videos.
Wow. What, did you go to WBLI.com and all the YouTube videos?
She should be circling a fucking
What about the one that
Yorkshire
they kept
Terrier.
flashing on the news when you were dancing to the damn milkshake
If you get on,
song?
just don't curse. They're on regular radio.
I was like, oh
I don't know what they're trying to do.
You sure it isn't a listener just holding his phone up to the radio?
Hi, is this Dana?
Sounds like we're on hold.
Hi, I just wanted to welcome Randy back. I've missed him. I'm a resident of.
I don't hear the Randy
and
guy,
I
though.
think it's
No,
great
I'm trying to figure out who Randy is.
I'm a Mastic big listener. I got to tell you, I love everybody Mastic.
Is that him?
right there.
Yeah, that's him.
I suck my answer.
Ring
for a swim.
He really has like a
Alan Seuss in the house.
He's got like one of those sort of halfway through hormonal treatment voices.
Yeah.
Like he's halfway to getting a pussy put in.
No, he sounds like a woman to man transformation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm. I thought the other way around.
Wait.
Talk Idol and all the fun and frivolity, of course, as usual. Bye, everybody. Wood Kingdom not only builds the finest
Is that their big closer?
Yeah, it's a good show.
Randy.
Yes.
That was you on that awful show.
What's that?
What's that? What are you crazy guys saying?
You just forced us to listen to BLI for 5 minutes, and I just heard awfulness.
Oh, poor thing. It's not my fault.
Is
Anthony, I saw your pictures on the web, kind of cute.
That's him?
Yeah, I get it. Gay guy like hitting on me.
Why? You're good looking. There's nothing wrong with that.
What?
I'm just saying you're kind of cute. You're not my type.
Randy.
What?
You were
that was
forced
the
to read
woman.
that statement at the press conference? Yeah. We've been there. We've been there. We understand. You were forced to read that, huh?
Did I say how cute you were?
Yeah, a little hard to swallow, huh? Well, maybe not for you, but I mean, when you're reading a statement like that, it's kind of rough to have to, spit that out.
Randy,
damn it!
Oh, I spit.
No,
we stood up for you guys, but man, that John Shea that runs that station, what a lame ass. He should have stuck up for you guys and just said, "Shut up, Mastic."
Yeah.
My boy was making a little joke, and that's all it is.
That's exactly right. They have a $7 million pool out there. No one said anything about that, did they?
yeah, huh?
Thank you.
That's because they embezzled it from the school district or some stuff.
Yeah, but no one got all up in arms about that, did they?
No, but now I'm kind of seeing why nobody from the station got behind you.
Why? It's safer than in front. Swim walk.
Swim walk.
So you're safe now in your job. No problems.
As far as I know.
Is this gay Marco?
Is this
looking
real?
for Marco.
As far as you know,
it's real, I think.
No, it's me, Randy.
Oh no, it's not.
Oh, it's Fez, you motherfucker.
Yeah. This is you.
You motherfucker.
This is fake.
Randy. Wait a minute.
Nobody says it's me, Rand. Like nobody says
it's me, Randy.
What?
Are we allowed to swear on this show?
Yes.
Oh, you dumb motherfuckers! I am Randy.
Oh well.
I really.
Is that fucking
It's Ron,
That's Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez.
So they got the end of the show on tape. What you did production for this gag?
You guys don't work this hard.
That's hysterical.
And we're so eager for a scoop. Okay, it's him.
If he says it's him, it must be him.
Huh?
I'll come down and see you guys down there at that studio of yours.
Yeah, you come down anytime. Usually from noon till 3.
Poke chop, greasy, greasy. We can beat your team, greasy, easy.
What the hell are these idiots doing today?
Oh, we gotta go meet with management.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, there's so many damn meetings, one after another. I can't even take it. That guy from Channel 12 News, and they didn't put that on the air, the fuckers. He was so cute, you guys. I took him by surprise. He was so serious and everything, and I looked right at him. I said, "What's your name?" And he told me. I can't even remember. I said, "Well, you're kind of cute." The poor bastard, he didn't know what to do.
What to do?
I gave him my number.
What the hell?
Oh, you guys, I could just talk to you forever. What's on your agenda today?
It matches the actual show so perfectly.
It really does. Because
really
the
good.
show that they were playing was god awful.
Yeah.
And you sound god awful.
God loves me, and he doesn't tell me I sound awful. I just spoke to him last night. I was like, "Oh God, oh God."
Well, it's about time Fezzy comes out of the closet. We got a big scoop on the Ron and Fez front today.
Ron and Fez,
noon to 3.
9:30 till 3.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Ronnie.
You cute little things. I'll lick you later.
Ronnie.
Ron.
Who's Ron?
Ron Bennington.
Fez Watley. Ron
and Fez show.
Randy Spears. Miss Spears to you, Opie.
Is Eastside Dave there?
Yeah, where's Eastside Dave?
Is Eastside Dave? Who's he playing? The hole? The part of the hole?
Bastards, I gotta go.
Oh, all right.
Love you long time.
All right.
All right. See you later, Fez.
Bye, Fez. Did you hear Ron in the background, right?
Hopefully. It had to be Ron and Fez.
I fucking have no idea. Let's say hi to Chris in the Bronx. Chris, what's up?
What's up, boys?
Hey.
This thing, guy, girl, whatever it was, sounds like one of those carnies. Do you throw balls at them for $3 at the end of the day? The dunk the dummy tanks.
Pardon me.
At the end of the day?
The end of the day.
At the end of the day. At the end of the day.
Or that was a collar puller.
These guys are going to laugh so hard when they hear this. When these guys are going to laugh so hard? When I say this, they're going to invite me on the show.
I'm going to be
say things
part of the show.
At the end of the day. Oh, well. Oh, well. Back to my job.
That's the punchline. The end of the day.
Back to my job, yeah.
Oh, well. Make another box.
Yeah.
So was that Ron and Fez? Now
I don't know. They didn't break character.
No, it was
We're out
actually
of
Randy.
flux.
Randy Spears?
According to
Remember welding flux?
Because Louis goes, "Is that Randy? This is fake?" And you go, "No, that's him." It was just funny that you said that.
Okay.
You said that with complete
Is this
confidence.
Randy? Yes, it's
Not
Randy.
Randy. Like, how could you not know? It's
Yeah,
Randy.
come on.
Yeah, I don't think after apologizing like that, he would come on this program
Why would
and
you?
talk like that. And, yeah. Although he did look a little queenish. Earrings.
A lot of people saying, yo, that definitely wasn't Fez. Now I have no fucking idea.
It might have been Dave and Ron.
Yeah?
Yeah. Or Lily.
But it sounded like the character from the show.
Exactly.
But it was too perfect. The show ends and then they jump on the air with us like that.
That's why they did that.
Yeah, they had the phone probably
But they don't.
up to the radio.
But they're like us. They don't like producing a show.
Well, it's only 10 a.m. now, so you think they signed off a few minutes ago? And then
That was really well conceived, though. To have it sound like we're on hold.
Right.
Because you guys
And then
know
pick
that you
up the
hear the show
phone.
while you're on hold.
Right, and then the show's
And then
over.
hear the show end and then come back. I mean, it took the confidence that you wouldn't just go, oh, this is we're on hold. It's,
and hang up.
yeah. That you hung out.
Yeah, yeah.
It was smart.
Oliver Stone directing over there.
It's a big mystery.
Now we got to figure this out. Let's say hi to
President.
this guy in New York. He doesn't have a name. This guy in New York, what's up?
Hey.
Hey.
Love the show, man.
Yeah, what's up?
What's going on, boys? I think you were right before. I think that America is the greatest country in the world, but I also believe that the greatest town on Long Island is Mastic.
Oh, you guys. You guys didn't let us forget. Yeah, it's get to know Mastic for the rest of the week, right?
Yes.
I think we're getting some facts about Mastic together for the people out there.
Well, a jock got in trouble here on Long Island for making fun of Mastic, and he had to apologize
For a very tame line.
Oh my God!
So now
he was implying that they all live in trailers.
Yeah, so now we took the ball and we're really running with it.
Yeah, and we're paying tribute to Mastic.
And we're really showing the people what Mastic's all about.
Yeah.
Where are we at? Are we going to buy this house in Mastic? Speaking of squatting.
I would absolutely buy a $1,900 house, a $1,600 house.
Yeah, our goal is to buy.
We want to buy like a dozen of them.
A house in Mastic because we found out they go for as low as $1,900.
Yeah.
And then we want it to be the place where like locals could go and just squat because they got something brewing.
All it is a toilet.
And our goal is to fill the entire house up with the remains of what's brewing in your gut.
Oh.
The word of the day, if you haven't figured out, is brewing.
Brewing. Something's brewing.
Something's a brewing. Let's say hi to Chris on Long Island. Chris, what's up?
Hi, Chris.
Oh, Nate, how are you?
Good, buddy.
Good. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Anybody that lives out in Mastic is known as a mastoid.
A mastoid. Why a mastoid?
Mastoid.
Why?
I don't know. That's just the name that they inherited.
I don't know.
But we need to know what that means.
He's trying to be funny.
That's got to be a joke.
Are you joking with us, sir? I'm trying to.
No,
I'm dead serious.
So are people in Hempstead called hemorrhoids?
Hemorrhoids.
And getting key.
All right, well, I'm from Huntingoid.
Okay.
And Anthony's from East Islipoid.
Well,
Following
I
your
moved
logic.
around a lot.
Well, now we got two things going.
I consider myself from East Northport.
Hey, we got two things going now. This is what we do with this radio show. Work in the word brewing when you can.
Yeah.
Like you got something of brewing. And instead of calling from, well, whatever town or city you call from, please use the formula OID today.
Well, of course.
Okay.
Try to fit that in.
Hey, what's up with this Mastic? So the houses, we saw a couple that are for sale for under $2,000.
Yeah.
We really do want to buy one of these houses. It all started with this dopey DJ out there on Long Island. He made a white trash / trailer joke.
Yep.
This person was outraged because she doesn't live in a trailer, and it caused a big to-do. The DJ got suspended because John Shea, the station manager, wouldn't stick up for the guy, which is so lame.
And residents of Mastic and some of their town officials were very angry,
right, and
called for this guy's firing.
Correctamundo.
So he had to issue an apology to the town of Mastic.
He had to do like a book report?
Yeah, he had to do a book report on the whole thing. Imagine your boss coming in and going, "I want you to do what in essence is a book report on a town, and then issue an apology to the town based on what you've learned and how sorry you are that you called them trailer trash."
Aren't we in radio because we did very poorly with book reports?
Yes. It's the only reason we sit here with these microphones in front of us. It's because F.
So the guy's back on the air, whatever. He was suspended. He had to read an apology that some lawyer drafted for the guy.
Jotted down for him that he didn't mean when he said it.
And the story pissed us off so much, we decided to spend a whole week learning about Mastic.
Yeah, we're doing our research and we're commenting on it.
Absolutely.
We're making an educated comment. We're making educated comments on Mastic.
And now it's time for a Mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
And police say a Long Island high school student lied about being sexually assaulted as a way to get out of an exam. She claimed a man attacked her while she was walking to William Floyd High School in Mastic. But when cops questioned her about inconsistencies in her story, the 17-year-old admitted she made up the attack because she hadn't prepared for the test. The girl was not charged.
And that was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A Mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Nice.
We learned about the Mastic liar today.
Yes, teen liars in Mastic.
See, I went to Harborfields High School, and you wouldn't get away with that. Saying you were sexually harassed or assaulted on the way to Harborfields High School.
No, they'd be like, what?
They're like,
doesn't happen.
Up. But I guess it happens so much in Mastic that is...
It's a viable excuse.
It's a viable excuse. You could either use, teach my dog ate my homework, or teach I got diddled on the way to school today.
Apparently a lot of sexual predators, we found, live in Mastic.
Right.
And I guess it's a good excuse if you're somebody and you're not prepared for a test to say that you were sexually assaulted on your way to school.
Right. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say hi to Marty on Long Island. Marty.
Hey, what's up, guy?
Hey.
Long time listener.
Right on.
I heard that before they asked him to do the book report, that he actually had to do a shoebox diorama of Mastic.
Wow, you are lingering a little longer.
You know, I didn't even know. Thank you, Marty. I didn't even know what a diorama was until you just explained it.
Yeah.
I knew it was a shoebox thing because we all had to make them in school, but I didn't realize it was called a diorama.
Is it a diorama?
I would assume.
Yeah.
It sounds like it would be.
Yeah, you'd make like a little scene in a shoebox.
Yeah.
And then you'd cut the like part of the top off.
Yeah.
And cover it with wax paper.
Yeah.
Wax paper. And then you'd cut a hole in the front and you pick it up and you put the open end of the shoebox that you open and covered with wax paper under a light.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look through the little hole and you see the little scene that you made inside with little army men, a little mirror for a lake.
You know the kids that did real well making dioramas, you know what they're doing today?
What?
Working in museums.
or doing radio. I was very good at the diorama.
Were you really?
Oh, yeah.
Yuck.
I used to impress all the girls with my diorama.
You know, a little known fact about Anthony,
I have some diorama. Could I get some Pepto-Bismol?
You were a goody two-shoes growing up. It's pretty obvious.
Oh, I was.
You talk about looking in your microscopes as a kid. And
microscopes,
and making
telescopes,
puppet
chemistry
shows
sets.
And, yeah.
Yeah, I was a little fairy is what you would call them today. I was a little fairy Mary.
Your dad ruined you, man, because you had the makings of being a brilliant scientist, and he thought you had the makings of being a fag.
That was pretty much what dear old dad he thought I was going to be a wussy.
If he would have let you be, you probably would have done great things.
I may have been an astronaut.
Not that we're doing
an astronaut.
Not that we're not doing great things with this unbelievable radio show.
On a daily basis, I look back with pride at what I did that day. I'm so proud.
People look at a guy like Einstein, whatever, and they wonder what would happen if he hadn't had like this nurturing as a child. Let's just say alcoholism had been involved. Einstein would have been a comic genius on the radio.
Yeah.
Like instead of discovered something.
Yeah, I really do think there was a defined fork in the road of my life.
Sure.
And I kind of took the maybe a wrong turn.
It's funny because a lot of people wonder why we don't have flying cars like the Jetsons.
Yeah.
The reason? Because Anthony's dad thought he was a fag and had to get rid of all his scientific stuff.
Yeah, everything kind of, come on. Be a man.
Hey.
You're in man training, you would tell me.
Let's say hi to Sean in Rockland. Sean?
How's it going, guys? Hey, I heard Mastic was the town they're sending all those sexual offenders from the news teams.
Oh.
Is
it your town?
The famous news tease that we haven't played in a really long time. Well, you know what? We did look up that map. What is it called? The sexual predator map or whatever? To see how many sexual predators are in your town. And Mastic is quite impressive. It looked like a Christmas tree. All the colors were represented. You got look, I'm looking at it again. You got greens, you got purples, you got reds, you got yellows.
Red's got to be the bad one.
Is red the bad one?
Oh, Red's the bad one. That's the guy that just can't control himself. He just runs around nude chasing school buses.
Candy and a hammer.
This is the news tease that guy's referring to.
One city wants to pack all their sex offenders into a 3-block area. Problem is, it could be right next to your house.
If you live in Mastic.
Right. Hey, what happened to our news teases? We got the News Tease Hall of Fame, and we haven't played any new ones in a while.
No inductees in quite a while.
Is Danny working on that still?
I'm sure.
You want to run through the Hall of Fame? We haven't done it in a while.
I love it.
We have about 5 or 6. These are the news teases in the News Tease Hall of Fame. The one we just played. Then you got this one.
How a twist on the predator law could shut down religion.
Yeah, of course.
I guess that didn't happen.
No.
It's also good to review these every so often because they are pretty old.
Yeah.
And see if anything really came of these stories.
Yeah, religion has not been shut down.
Religion not shut down.
No.
Could frequent hiccups be a sign of cancer? Watch News 8 at 10.
I haven't really heard much more about that.
If you're hiccuping during dialysis, yeah.
Right.
Wait, is that cancer?
Or chemo.
Yeah, dialysis.
Could frequent hiccuping
kind of a kidney thing.
be a sign of kidney problems, according to Dr. Jim Norton.
I just change diseases sometimes.
Yeah, because it's fun, you know.
Or treatment, anyway. Sorry, why did he die? I don't know. Dr. Norton gave him dialysis when he had cancer.
He had a hand injury, and he fixed his feet. He had bunions. Fool I am.
Yeah. And they had to use the Halloween music behind that to make it more
to make it scary. They want to scare you.
Are You Normal? Thursday at 11 on News 8.
Are you normal?
It's a little vague.
This is becoming one of my favorites right here.
Could your house be making you fat? Tomorrow, CBS 2 News at 5.
Your house.
An interview with the gingerbread people.
Yeah, your house is making you fat.
And the ingredients in shampoo that can make a boy develop breasts. Tonight at 10.
You know, sometimes they are just feel-good stories.
See, what? We got to get the new batch of news teases. We can't let this bit die.
Now, have you heard anything further on the shampoo boy breast story?
No.
No.
No, they let that just fall by the way.
Sensationalism.
Sex offenders may be in your house. And I love it.
What the the hell is that? Yeah, look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Exactly. Smell Dad's fingers when he gets home.
Danny's working on the news teases. Nothing new lately. Yeah, but we talk to a lot of people. You guys, watch that local news. And when you hear one of these dumb news teases, please send it into the show. How do they do that, E-Rock? Is there an easy way to just send stuff into the show at this point?
Yeah, email Danny@foundrymusic.com.
Let's say hi to Spiro on Long Island. Spiro, is this something about Mastic you got?
Yes, it is.
All right, hold on a minute.
And now it's time for a Mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
All right, go ahead, Spiro.
One lovely afternoon, my ex was stopped at a traffic light, and one of these fine residents pulled up next to her, jumped out of his car, and proceeded to release what was brewing.
Wow.
That was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A Mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
I'd like to add a little trivia.
All right.
This is according to the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
In Mastic.
Okay.
This is leisure activities in Mastic, and this is actually authentic.
This is off their website.
This is off their website.
All right.
You ever go to a Chamber of Commerce website for a city and they have leisure activities, entertainment, food, where you can get things like that?
Kind of just fun things to do.
Yeah. In Mastic, under entertainment, and this is the number one thing they have listed out of their 4 things to do. Balloonatics card and gift store. Card and gift balloon store. So you can go to a place called Balloonatics. Do you just want to firebomb a place with a name like that? It's horrid.
They should have
What should we call it? Balloonatics.
They should have sexatics. Sex. I'm trying to rework this.
Yeah, what is
the
that?
Sex offenders that live in the area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How about a bicycle store called Pedalphilia?
There you go.
That would be a nice one.
There you go. Thanks for the save.
Then they have a Dynamic Beat Entertainment. They're party planners there.
Aw.
That's good. Movie Land of Mastic. It's a 10-screen movie theater.
Nice.
And Shirley Bowling Center.
Okay. That's not bad for entertainment.
End of entertainment.
That's it?
That's all they give you to do.
A bowling alley, a movie theater, there's a party planner, and you could get balloons and cards.
This is something you could get in any town.
Right.
I don't understand why they're highlighting these. For food, now this is usually where you put your finer restaurants. So you could go to the Chamber of Commerce site and go, hey, this is nice. Oh, I'll go to this restaurant. Their first thing that is listed under food, Dunkin' Donuts. Then you have the Ice Cream Cottage. Jeff's Family Deli.
Okay.
And Subway. Subway is listed.
And that
under
is it.
food.
And that is it.
That completes the entertainment, leisure activities in Mastic.
Wow.
Do you know, I'm going to take a stab here, that in 2007, not one person in our nation, not one person in our nation vacationed to this town.
No.
Not one person.
Think of all of the people and all of the places to go, and not a one, I'm certain.
Not counting of visiting a family or relative.
Yeah, I understand. Like,
not one person.
Like let's go to Mastic to vacation.
Yeah, like you go to a travel agent and say, I need to go to Mastic.
I used to vacation in Mastic.
I know.
When I was a kid. I have to get some of those pictures. I will bring in pictures and pop them up on the website of the bungalow we used to go to in Mastic. And it was had a pool in the back. All the parents of the little kids used to have luau's and parties and drink like drunks that they were. And my brother Joe almost died in the pool. He fell in the pool and was drowning. And an uncle had to reach in and grab him by his hair and pull him out. Because, everybody was too drunk to pay attention.
He was waiting years to reach in and touch.
Yeah, he walked right up to the edge and kerplunked in.
He grabbed him by the hair. Good thing Joe didn't fall in recently. He'd be a dead boy.
Yeah. Trying to grab Skinhead.
We have to take a break, but before we do, we have an update.
Oh.
And now it's time as Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
And with that, we say hi to Steve in Mastic. How are you, Steve?
Good morning, boys.
Good morning.
Good morning, little Jimmy.
Hey, buddy.
Listen, that Movie Land Theater closed about 6 months ago.
Okay, cross that off the list.
All right. One less thing to do.
That one off the list. The balloon place, I have no idea what that is.
Okay.
Balloonatics?
And I got one interesting fact, though.
Okay.
The editor of Vogue purchased a house in Mastic 10 years ago for $1.5 million.
Really?
No, it's a shock. Yes. There's a place called Old Mastic. It's where the old Mastic estate was for the family of Dana that formed the town. And all the houses in there are along the water. And the cheapest house in there is, like I said, 1.5. And on the other side of that is the Indian reservation, where they're not really Indian, if you know what I mean.
Yes. Well, this is a phenomenon on Long Island. There's a lot of Indian tribes and reservations. A lot of the names of the towns, Patchogue, Hauppauge, Yaphank, are Indian tribe names from Long Island. But for some reason, the Indians are all black people.
It's Harlem by the Sea.
They call it Harlem by the Sea. They're all black people that say that they have like Earl Douglas does this all the time.
Yeah.
Black Earl from the Ron and Fez show. He says that he's part Cherokee, I think.
Yeah.
Indian, and Ronnie just nails him on it. But I guess if you say you have a certain amount of Indian blood in you and go through some paperwork, you get some of the conveniences of being an Indian in this country, an American Indian.
Yeah.
Is the leader of that tribe Geronimo-fo?
So Geronimo-fo? Wait, hold on, Jimmy. Hold on a minute. Wasn't ready for such a fine line like that. Now I'm ready.
Geronimo-fo. All right.
And that was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A Mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Do you want another Mastic moment, or you want to kind of rest that for a little while?
Only if it's a good one.
Well, there is a really good one. I mean, we are trying to move on, but all right, hold on, man. Let me set up.
We give him one more. Why not?
One more. We got two actually. We're gonna do a double here. All right.
And now it's time for a Mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Pete and Mastic. What's up, Pete?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning. Let you know that the house across the street from me and right next door to me, they still have outhouses.
They still have outhouses?
Oh, my God, no.
I'm not kidding. I will take pictures of them this weekend and send them in to you. The bowling alley, if you recall, that's where two of the fine pillars of society there accosted a retarded gentleman with a mop handle in the bathroom.
Yeah, we worked that into the whole Mastic thing yesterday, so very good.
And dude, those are not outhouses, by the way. Those are guest residences.
Yeah.
Stephen Espen Bayshore can buy a house when he gets his back paid.
Yeah, that's true. You can buy a house, Steve.
Poor Steve. If you see him at FH, just buy the guy a drink. He's an alcoholic and he has no money. That's a bad combo.
We do have a yacht club.
Yeah.
All right. And believe it or not, it is a beautiful community. The people make it crap.
All right.
They really do.
Thank you, sir.
All righty.
We got to move on. By the way, Bill from Waterford, a regular on Instant Feedback, he writes, Opie, I declare myself PD of K-Rock in New York City.
Can you do that?
And then he writes, who will challenge me?
He's got a point. All right, you're in.
That's what it comes down to.
You got the gig.
Listeners just taking over radio stations. Let's say hi to John. I said we had a double here. John from Mastic, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey.
About 8 years ago, a friend of mine, a Greek immigrant, says we got a great place to go fishing. So he takes us to this place. It's like a little tidal pool area, and we get there to go down to get these boats that are overturned on the shore. And the guy picks up the boat. There's a dead Mexican clutching a bottle like a baby. He'd been dead for, I don't know, a couple of weeks or something, and they couldn't get a cop to come.
Oh, man.
Suffice to say, it ruined the day. And I got my school project too. The infamous 2 magnets with a piece of loose leaf paper in between.
2 magnets. Oh, what? And
you can move the magnet in between the paper. That the magnets could move in between paper.
that stinks.
Yeah,
Those suck, but it got me a medal every year in PS 170.
Thank you, John.
Take care.
All right.
And that was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A Mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
What?
And now it's time for a Mastic moment.
Oh.
As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Ray calling from Shirley, which is very close to Mastic out there on Long Island. Ray, what's going on today?
How you doing, guys? I just wanted to say that in Mastic, the mosquitoes will suck your blood dry in less than 2 minutes if you don't coat your entire body with kerosene.
You did say suck, right?
Yeah.
He did, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Wow, I heard it a little differently.
It sounded weird, but it was, suck your blood dry.
Suck your blood dry.
I have another. I just want to say one more thing.
Yeah.
As soon as I was able to drive, I steered my car west and got the hell out of there.
Out of Mastic, right?
Out of Mastic, yeah.
All right, that's what we learned today. Too many mosquitoes in Mastic.
And that was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A Mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh, there it is.
I want to apologize to a guy named Jiven, a guy we don't really talk about much on this radio show, but he works a mere couple doors down here at K-Rock in New York City, and his whole job is when I go to E-Rock and I point, E-Rock then goes go into a headset, and then Jiven goes and pushes a button. And that's pretty much all he does.
Turn your key, sir.
He really wants to do more in radio, but that's what he's doing right now.
He's a tranny hunter.
And poor Jiven, because we've been doing this Mastic bit, had to field a phone call. I don't know how they got a hold of him. Field a phone call from a very, very pissed off female lawyer from Mastic. Who demands audio from the Opie and Anthony Show.
Is she that slob that was on the
I have no idea.
The news when the DJ gave the apology?
Now, is Jiven allowed to come in here real fast, or he can't leave his post? Can we get a phone call to him or something? Or maybe he could yell from down the hall? Because he's right over there.
It's right there, and we can't get him in here because he's busy.
I hope he curses and then has to pay the fine himself.
But Jiven, I guess he answers phone calls because, people are calling the station here in New York. This lady calls from Mastic. She's a female lawyer and just gave him hell.
Really?
How dare you guys make fun of a town like Mastic?
How dare we?
How dare
it
you?
Stinks.
She wants audio. She wants to talk to management.
I've been to Mastic, and I know it just blows.
Right.
I bet she's listening now.
Probably is. Record it.
Oh, Jiven's on the
I don't
dump.
like Mastic.
Wait, it was Jiven on the...
Oh, yeah, Jiven's the dump guy.
Yeah, why did I get them confused? Because all right, no, we all know Jiven. Wait, then how did he field the phone call? Does anyone know the story? Yes. What happened there, Steve?
Well... No, go on.
No, you continue.
I was going to say something about assless chaps. Well, okay, because I wear them.
And you like them as friends. At least they are when you get finished with them.
He almost wore his Made in Vagina T-shirt today, too.
Oh, yeah.
Got new T-shirts, did you, Steve?
I did get new T-shirts. They're white, though.
I don't like white T-shirts.
With dumb sayings. Yeah. Today's was Made in Vagina.
Yeah. Get it.
What are we talking about?
Oh. Exactly. What do you got, Steve?
Jiven fielded the phone call yesterday afternoon after the show.
Oh, after the show. Okay, now it makes sense.
As far as going on air, he can't do that because he's on the dump. But she was very upset, and I have called her twice this morning trying to get her on the phone, and she has not returned my phone call.
Get up, you lazy Mastic.
What was the deal with the phone call, though? She's not happy that
She's not happy that you're mocking an entire community.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are. Tough S.
I've been there.
And people are calling from the town. They live in the town, and they have senses of humor where they're calling from the actual S-hole and telling us something about it.
She's quite upset.
How about this, Steve? Put her number in Google Just right now, let's see if we can get a picture of her, because maybe she's got her own firm, and her number will come up in.
Let's
more
do
than
that.
I got her name too, so I'll
do that. Put that in Google.
We're more than willing to give her airtime, but she wants audio from the show. She wants to talk to management. Shut up and take a joke.
You want audio from the show.
It's another litigious.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? If you're listening, lady, you're the problem with this country, because it is vultures in your profession that have done nothing but oversue, which is why insurance rates are through the roof, because people are terrified of making an honest mistake. And I don't mean a complete incompetence blunder, an honest mistake, and being sued by you and other vultures in your profession. How do you feel about them apples, madam?
There.
I'm getting,
there.
Got the audio?
I'm getting communique. I'm getting a communique from the man that banged Lily. He writes, "What? What happened? What? Why the laughter? Did I say something?
Yeah, I believe they
what?
For an item.
Getting a communique that fouled the lovely Lily. He writes, she kept using the word slander over and over.
Really? That's slander. Shut it.
Does she not understand as a lawyer that what's said in humor, or is she just like a low rent? Just a low-rent local.
I'm sure if she's from Mastic, it's low rent. I think it's low rent over there. Buy a house for $1,900.
Yeah.
You're hurting the community.
Yeah,
are we?
Stop, lady.
Are you ready for a Mastic moment?
Please.
This Mastic moment. So different and so new. Oh, it's Mastic. When I'm with you. You know, never believe it's not so. And now it's time for a Mastic moment, as Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to Dan in East Northport. Dan, what's up?
Hey, it's Dan from East Northport. How you doing, O&A?
All right, what do you got?
All right, well, I used to date a girl from Mastic. She brought me out there one day to show me where she used to live. She used to live near the private airport there.
Yeah.
I went into a 7-Eleven. I mean, I'm no racist or anything. I'm a white guy. But in that place, I've never been more afraid of white people in my entire life. I thought I was in the middle of the Ozarks. Linger longer.
White guy, never more scared of white people.
A white guy was afraid of white people.
In Mastic. Let's say hi to Tom in Mastic. What's up, Tom?
Hey, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey. About 3.5 years ago, somebody robbed one of the local banks, and the getaway vehicle was a bicycle. I can't believe in this town.
Great.
I can't believe I live in this town. Punching out.
Thank you, sir. And Joe in Rocky Point. Joe.
How you doing, guys?
Hey.
I fix oil burners for a living. I went to a customer's house down in Mastic, and they have no basements down there. And I'm walking to the outside boiler room, and I feel something squishy under my feet, and I look down, and I'm standing on top of their cesspool, which is overflowing in their backyard.
Oh, lovely.
And that was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A Mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
And that dumb lawyer hasn't called yet today,
Why
but
would
she's
she?
very, very mad. She wants to talk to management. She wants audio of the Opie and Anthony Show.
Denver Pest over here is checking in saying that wasn't a cesspool. In Mastic, they call that a swimming pool.
A swimming pool.
There, yes.
There you go.
Steve, do we get?
Are we
you
still
Google
trying to get her on?
Googled, can't find anything other than one little municipal case that that her name is on from 2 years ago.
But no picture from her.
No
law
picture,
firm?
no law firm ad. I don't know if she's.
I'm sure she's listening right now. Call the show. We'll put you right on.
Yep.
You can defend Mastic. No problem.
We've had people from Mastic calling, doing nothing but bashing. Yeah. But we will absolutely put on anybody that wants to defend Mastic.
Yeah.
And it's an open forum here.
Right. Let's go to Mike in Bethpage. Mike, what's up?
Hey, I got something better to talk about besides his politics.
Okay.
Righty.
How about a more important subject, like a Mastic moment?
Ooh.
And now it's time for a Mastic moment, as Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Anthony, you want to do a little reset for Jim Jeffries? Because he's sitting there like, what's a Mastic moment?
Strangely enough, this ties into freedom of speech and what we were talking about. Mastic is a small town out on Long Island here in New York.
It's a hellhole.
It is a crap hole. It's very small. A lot of impoverished people living there. The property values are in the crapper.
We saw a house that you could buy for
$1,900.
$1,900.
I got $1,900.
Yeah, I know. We were just like, let's just buy some houses in Mastic. Screw it.
And a DJ out there on Long Island made some dumb white
trailer park
type of joke and got in a lot of trouble and actually got suspended from his radio show.
Yeah, for saying that.
And we defended this guy. We hate this show he does,
How
but we
do the
defended the
rednecks
guy.
get together to actually get lawyers and stuff and get angry?
It was
if you can't get out of bed in the day and you're a drunk, and how do you get how do you get complaining going? Oh, there's so many people I want to fight against, but I just can't be asked. I can't really do it.
It's ridiculous. And this town, some of the leaders of the town, I guess, got together and complained and called the radio station, got this guy suspended for making a trailer park joke.
Kind of innocent joke. So we're like, all right, we're going to take up the fight, and now we're going to tell everyone what Mastic really is all about.
Because we're from Long Island, very familiar with Mastic, and we know it's a crap hole. It's one of those towns that if you live on Long Island, you know it to be a crap hole. Like Wyandanch, like Brentwood. I mean, to the rest of the country, these names mean nothing. But just insert the town around you that you know and everyone knows is a piece of crap town.
Half of Amityville?
Right.
Or Amity, yeah.
North Amityville. South Amityville, very nice.
I'm just saying half.
Yep.
Half of that town is a horror show.
And around the country, like I said, just pick a town. You know it. You know it. Yeah. There's towns near you that you know are crap towns. Mastic is one of our crap towns.
So now we just stick with the facts.
Okay.
Yep.
And we got a Mastic moment here. Long Island duck gets order of protection.
A duck.
Like any other victim of a violent attack, Circles the duck now has legal protection, an order of protection against the man charged as her assailant. In addition to getting shot in the neck by a pellet gun, Suffolk prosecutors said Circles of Mastic managed to make legal history yesterday.
Was the duck eating spaghetti at an Italian restaurant? How's the Italian food here?
Quack, 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 quack. To my knowledge, it's the first order of protection for a pet in Suffolk County outside of domestic violence cases, said prosecutor Michelle Auletta.
Yeah.
The attack was quick, said Circle's owner Janet Lippincott. A group of teens jumped the backyard fence and charged her with pellet guns. Yesterday, the yellow-billed Peking duck, the same variety as Long Island duck fame, scored a legal victory. The man police say is her attacker. Wow.
You lick Matthews, Y-L-I-K?
Yeah, Y-L-I-K Matthews of Mastic pleaded not guilty to felony animal cruelty charges. Judge John Wow.
John Wow?
Illiou.
What? Illiou?
I-L-I-O-U.
That's
L-L-I-O-U.
Welsh name.
Issued a full order of protection for Lippincott's family, including Circles. Matthews was held on bail of $5,000 cash or $10,000 bond.
Good luck getting it.
According to court papers, you ready for this? The single pellet pierced the duck's larynx, shattering a bone around her voice box and leaving 2 holes on the opposite side of her neck.
Quack.
Quack.
Oh.
Circles is back to sleeping in the dog crate she shares with 2 pit bull Labrador sisters, Viper and Sweetie.
What, you're saying the pit bulls never went for the duck first? Like, the pit bulls have lived with this duck for how many years?
Yeah, nice, peaceful, living with the duck.
I have no problem with someone hurting a duck. I eat duck. You know, as long as you eat the animal.
I don't think they were eating it.
No, but you know what I mean?
I think
kill them, cows and all that.
I think Jim is right. Jim Jeffries is right. As long as you eat the animal, you should be able to do whatever the hell you want to them.
Now
we've already determined they're just like bait.
Just change its name to Jack Klugman.
Quack, quack. Maybe the dogs hired the guy to shoot it in the throat so they wouldn't have to hear that stupid quacking. Like, don't kill it, because we kind of like her. We bang her.
I think
it probably was like a loud mack, 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 mack all the time. And just, I'm going to shoot that thing in the throat.
I think the animal's owner is quite sadistic.
Yeah.
Poor Circles has his injury, and then you put it back in the crate with pit bulls?
Well, weren't they buddies?
Yeah, they were
They're
brothers.
pals.
Yeah.
They grew up together.
Yeah, you don't think the dogs are kind of looking at that duck going, yeah, I know we're buddies, but I'm a little hungry right now.
Maybe they're well fed.
Who knows?
And that was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A Mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hey, is this really Randy Spears, one of the guys from the BLI Morning Show? Randy.
Yes, hey, Opie and Anthony.
How are you, Randy?
Fine. I heard you were talking about us today.
That's not a real voice.
Is this
Yes, it is, Opie and Anthony. Why do you say that? Last time you said that, too.
We didn't believe that we were actually talking with you last time.
Yeah, that was me.
Are you guys still on the air?
Yeah.
Is this Fezzi? I don't know if this is the real Randy Spears.
Say that. Do I got to come down there and show myself?
So how was the big gas giveaway?
Yeah, $1.06 for gas. Wow.
It was a success.
Yeah.
Did you come down to get some gas for $1.06?
Wait, if you're still doing your morning show out there on Long Island, play a sweeper or something from BLI.
Yeah.
Play one, Drew? Hold on.
Oh my God, it really is him. Jesus. Why don't you do your own fucking show?
Listen.
Wait.
Here it is.
BLI in the morning.
All right.
All right.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
We just wanted to check in with you.
Hold on. Randy Spears is, we talked a lot about you because you got suspended for talking bad about Mastic, just to bring everyone up to speed.
Yeah.
And then we talked about you guys this morning because you're doing $1.06 gas, which is, you guys got to admit, that's a very, very hacky radio bit.
Yeah.
Anthony, that wasn't hacking. I ran out of gas the week before.
Randy, we get it. You're over-the-top gay guy.
He's gay?
And what are you, straight?
Hell yeah.
Well, straight from my dick.
A little blue there. Getting a little blue. A little saucy. A little saucy there, Randy.
Poor little thing.
Oh, cool.
We
Steven,
gotta end
stop
our
right
show.
here.
I'll smell you
Of
later.
course.
I mean, talk to you later.
All right. Thank you, Randy. Randy Spears.
Bye-bye, Randy.
I guess that's really him.
Yeah.
Fez is going to be jealous, man. Let's say hi to Randy Spears from WBLI out there on Long Island. Randy Spears.
Hey, Opie.
Oh, God.
Hi, Randy. How are you?
Oh, my God. I'm looking at your girlfriend this morning, Jill Nicolini, and I can barely look at her. I looked up. I thought she had on a half shirt.
Yeah, she looks like she's wearing a belly shirt on TV this morning. That's what Jimmy was getting at.
It's a two-colored shirt.
But that's Ant's girl, not
Yeah,
Opie's.
that's Ant.
Could you please text her and tell her to change that shirt?
Why would I do that?
Because I can't barely stand to look at her.
Well, you don't really...
something tells me, you're probably more the Anchorman type.
I know Jill Nicolini. I'm going to call her myself.
Well, you do that,
Why don't
Randy.
you do that?
I saw your picture on the CW11. Ooh, you two look like you're made for each other.
Thank you, Randy.
This
Could
is...
you please text her, though, and tell her to change that shirt up, because it looks like she's half naked.
Man, what's wrong with that, Randy? You
Not bad.
You want to see Craig Treadway half naked, right?
Have them switch shirts. That would be perfect.
Right.
What's with Randy?
Don't you guys have your own morning show to do?
Yeah, we got to do our dirt now in a minute.
All right, well...
I can only imagine what that is.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Randy.
All right, tell Jill to change that shirt.
Yeah,
All right,
sure.
bye. Randy Spears really, he's calling from his own morning show out there in Long Island.
Yeah, that's him.
This is how interesting this dumb storyline is, that like other morning shows aren't even doing their show anymore. They just want to get the latest update. Well, we got a story out of Mastic. I wanted to turn it into a Mastic moment. That's why. I got it over here.
And now it's time for a Mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Well, the Secret Service is investigating a case of racist graffiti on Long Island. Racial epithets were found scrawled all over cars in Mastic. One of those messages referred to President-elect Barack Obama. Police say it's not necessarily a hate crime, but residents describe the vandalism as hateful.
Why would you do that? If that's your business, you want to be racist, that's your business. Don't go vandalize people's vehicles and stuff.
People got to learn that we all live together. Just get along. But to write stuff like that on trucks is not cool at all.
Now, this comes just days after 7 Long Island high school students were charged with stabbing a man to death because the police say that the kids thought he looked Hispanic.
And that was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A Mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
A lot of crap happens in Mastic, but
it certainly does.
The news didn't want to use the word kill, I guess.
Really? Yeah, that's what it said.
There was the word "kill" was part of that, graffiti.
Yeah, the Secret Service was involved.
Yeah,
they were brought out. They questioned a bunch of people.
It was on many cars out there.
Yeah, like 3 dozen, I believe. 3 dozen cars had either racial epithets or some kind of other graffiti spray painted on their cars. That doesn't really seem like any kind of organized, movement.
Right.
It seems like some disgruntled people.
Well, speaking of kids, you know what? We might as well do this. We got something that the older listeners, you only have to go back maybe a year to 2 years, are going to enjoy. Mm-hmm. Ready for this?
Huh?
And now it's time for a Mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
7 children on Long Island were found living in deplorable conditions. They are now in foster homes this morning. Police say their home in Mastic Beach had no running water or electricity and was filled with rotting food, feces, and bottles of urine. 5 adult family members are under arrest charged with child endangerment. The children range in age between 2 and 13.
And that was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A Mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Wow, we have not paid tribute to the shithole that is called Mastic, Long Island.
The Mastic moment comes from the fact that horrific things happen in that town all the time. And there was a story, I don't even remember the original one anymore, and a morning show out there on Long Island had fun with it and almost got fired for making fun of the town of Mastic.
Yeah, like one of the head muckety-mucks out there in Mastic got all pissed off and made a big to-do about it.
So we took note. Mm-hmm. And we decided to show the whole world how awful Mastic is now.
Yeah.
Because these stories pop up on a regular basis.
Oh, my God.
There's always something bad going on in Mastic.
Mastic stinks.
There you go.
Mastic moments living in feces. That's wonderful. Feces.
How does it get so bad where you're living in feces?
Yeah. What's the first feces that is there that no one cleans up?
Every once in a while.
It's got to be the first little lump of feces.
But every once in a while you go into someone's house and you'll see maybe a little like pet poo somewhere in the house, and they just didn't realize, and you might point it out like, oh my God, and they're mortified. But how does it get to a point where you're now living among the feces?
It's just piled up. I went to school with some kid that had a shit room in his house.
What do you mean a shit room?
He had a dog, and the dog would take dumps in the house.
Yeah.
And he would just pick it up with something like the 2 pieces of cardboard where you do the old steam shovel, pick it up with it. And then he'd throw it in this room. He'd open the door and throw it in the room, and the room was full of, the whole floor was covered, and it was like starting to stack up with shit.
How close was that to the living area?
It was in the living area. It was
did the rest of the house
another bedroom.
Smell
like dog shit?
And what did the parents say?
I don't know. I never saw him.
Really?
Yeah, it was one of those after school. You'd go over his house, and you'd know that he lived in the dog shit smell house with the shit room. And he'd come home, and the dog had shit all over the place, and he'd pick it up and throw it in the shit room. Yeah.
You ever go to someone's house that has a lot of cats?
Yeah.
Where they're just crawling all over everything?
Yeah.
I'm not talking 4, 5. I'm talking at least a dozen.
4 was bad enough, my friend.
You had 4?
Yeah, that was the old ex-wife was 4.
1,
yes.
2, 3.
It was little JD.
You want to talk about a cool cat. Ann had the coolest cat ever.
Yes.
It was a dog, basically. It did dog things.
Little doggy cat.
It was a doggy cat.
And then Ginger, JD and Ginger.
Right, I remember Ginger.
And then there was the little panda, which was the little black and white one. And then that little pipsqueak one, the little runt of the litter one. 4 cats. I had mechanical fucking cat boxes running like a fucking job site all night long. I'd be trying to sleep. All I'd hear is... And the thing would rake, the
cat shit and the big lumps of cat piss into a bag.
It is a great invention. They just got to make
really
it
is.
like much more quiet.
No, this was like jackhammer loud. And then you pick up the bag and empty it out, put another bag in, and
Does it actually keep the smell out pretty well?
No, with 5 cats, it's very hard to keep any smell out. You know, it's still a bag with shit and piss in it.
Was there fur all over the place?
Yeah, fur. Everything was clawed up. It was a fucking. That's why I will not own a cat.
Just get it declawed.
No.
And pet it.
No, they still fuck with it. You can't declaw that. Like, they won't declaw the back legs of a cat, and that does just as much damage when they jump off of shit. I have nice stuff. I'm keeping it that way.
Just give him a little scratch under the chin.
No. Shuka. It's always fun to give a cat a shuka.
They love that.
But then they shuka your arms of your chairs and your rug, and it ends up having to go underneath your car. $4,000 rug ends up in the garage.
That's pretty amazing.
No, boo.
Let's go to James and Shirley. James?
Hey.
Shirley, very close to Mastic. For the people out there that don't know.
Yes, indeed it is. I actually grew up in Mastic, up in the north end by the airport. And I used to be in the fire department out here for about 6-7 years. And we did a job in this house on William Floyd Parkway. Anthony, I'm sure you know where that is.
Of course I do.
These people had a whole room dedicated to their dog. And all their dog would do was piss, shit, and puke in the fucking place all day long.
Jesus.
And it wound up being a fucking basement fire. And we got to check the whole house. And we went into this room, and I swear to God, I mean, listen, I feel a lot. And I almost lost my shit. But the real kicker is that these people who own the house used to be fucking friends of my parents.
Really? Would they just lose their minds?
Well, they obviously recognized me, and the guy said, "Oh, how you doing, James?" I said, well, "Listen, man, you live like a fucking animal."
You told him?
Yeah, he's a fucking dog. He lives like a piece of this shit. Are you kidding me? Thus, my wife and I are purchasing a new home in Comac.
Yeah. Getting out of there.
Yeah, we gotta get the fuck out of here. All right, boys, I'm touching out. Take care, man.
All right, James, thank you. Do we have our intro for a Mastic moment?
Oh, yeah, we did have a
Mastic moment. If we're going to do that story,
moment.
we do need the intro if we can find
this Mastic moment.
Maybe Travis has
do a
it.
little song parody.
If he has it, because the guy's standing by with the latest Mastic moment. All right, Travis, hit that sounder before the phone call.
And now it's time for a Mastic moment. As Opie and Anthony take a glorious look at this majestic Long Island community.
Let's say hi to East End Rob. East End Rob.
Oh, Amp, I got a good one for you. Mastic Beach, William Floyd High School. 2 men, 20 years old, pushed their way past school security, which is supposed to be airtight these days, in the middle of the school day, and went looking for a gay student, located him in the classroom, and beat the living shit out of him.
I'm just trying to do my math homework.
Why?
Wow.
Was it because he was gay or they have a problem? For what?
I don't know. Maybe he dicked him over on a prior Hummer. Who knows? I mean, they seem to basically be looking all over in the school for him.
It's being classified as a hate crime.
It sounded like he was like the Terminator. He just, they just both went walking around through the schools and, finally located him. I guess you could pretty much rule out the fact that William Floyd is a nice community, home of William Floyd and multi-million dollars.
Well, Mastic...
Floyd the barber?
Of course.
Yeah.
Mastic, we all remember, is a town out on Long Island, which got very angry when somebody suggested that it was full of trailer parks and trailer trash and stuff like that. And
this guy almost got fired. He was a radio guy.
Yeah.
Made a big deal out of the fact that he made a joke that there's a lot of fucking trailers in Mastic.
So we
and
decided,
white trash.
And the mayor or whatever it is of Mastic got on the news and was saying Mastic is a wonderful place and blah, blah, blah. So we took it upon ourselves now for years to point out every fucked up story that comes out of that shithole that is fucking Mastic
What's wrong
Beach.
with trailers anyway? Some people live in trailers and find it comfortable. They like it, you know?
Yeah. You know what? They're not usually nice.
No. The people?
Well, the people, I don't know, but the trailers never really...
shit boxes.
They never really look, and I guess they don't have pride enough to really go, you know?
Some people pimp them up.
Yeah?
Some trailers are pimped up nice.
Why do you guys think Steve, your producer, is gay? Is that like a? Is that like,
we don't.
You know how you find out if someone's gay?
Dick in the mouth.
No, here's how you find out. You go up, walk up to them and go clang, 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 and if they go went to trolley, they're gay.
They know the lyrics.
You guys remember the about 3 or 4 or 5 years ago? My favorite Mastic story is one guy got into an argument with his girlfriend, got so enraged he went out on his front porch and shot a neighbor in the back with a bow and arrow.
Yeah, this is the lovely town of Mastic.
Yeah, that's Mastic.
All right,
Right.
that's our Mastic moment. So let's play the outro. Thank you, East End Rob.
And that was a bird's eye view into the scenic town we hold close to our hearts. A Mastic moment on the Opie and Anthony Show.
I have to go and tinkle.
Gotta love Mastic.